day 927 quarantine, March. Just March. Like, it's been 927 days of March. It's been a rough...
March yet.
We haven't.
March, it's April.
What? No, it can't be.
Spencer, what rock are you living?
My calendar says March 927.
Oh.
I guess that's just what it feels like.
Puffs.
Spinach. It's funny. That's funny.
Boy. I don't know.
We're fun.
We're having a good time during this.
We're having a good time. Hey, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to say that to belittle all the bad, awful stuff that's happening. I don't mean that at all.
No, of course not. But you gotta be optimistic, and otherwise you're just a downer who's cooped up. You ever seen the movie Benchwarmers?
I haven't, but I know what you're going to be talking about.
The guy that Nick Swardson plays, who never goes outside because he's afraid of the sun. Yeah, don't be like that. Weirdo.
I went for a walk the day before yesterday, earlier in the day. Very nice outside, sunny.
Yeah.
I went to my local high school. No, the one where I went to high school, at Fruitport High School. They have a football field, track, and all that good stuff.
Uh-huh.
I just went there, did a few laps. There was a guy mowing the lawn on the football field, a couple other walkers, and a couple dog walkers. But
Good.
yeah, I really enjoyed it, minus the
sickness
bad
surrounding.
news. Not even the sickness surrounding, and also the bad news about Mr. Sanders. But I'm not going to get into that.
No, we won't.
But before that, I took a walk the night before, and I actually had a really, really, really nice time.
Good.
Yep.
Hey, you have a cool custom mask, right?
I do. One of my mom's nurses made a mask for me and a bunch of other people.
What does it have on it?
It has Star Wars stuff, like Stormtroopers and Vader, and because I'm a Star Wars nerd.
Well,
how can you can't have anything different?
Well, I just got mine today, so I guess I'm official.
Okay.
Badass.
Well, you got a webcam here. Let me see it.
Oh, it's in the car.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But it's Harry Potter.
Ooh.
I got it from a woman at work. She was wearing one, just like, hey, do you like what do you think? I knew you'd like, and I didn't know that she knew that I liked Harry Potter. I think she was just making conversation. I'm like, yeah, I need to get me a cool custom one so I can fit in. She goes, I have an extra one. You want it? And I'm like, yeah.
What does it look like? Describe it.
It has different panels. It has the Hogwarts emblem, and it has Hermione and Ron on it, and then just some other little designs.
You sent me a picture.
Oh, yeah, that's Snapchat.
Okay. Gotcha. That's cool.
It is cool, but hey, you know what's cool? Are you recording? Am I recording?
I'm recording. You're recording?
I'm recording?
Yeah.
Oh, we got wrap up. End of the year awards. Fin score. Best outfits. Top 10 best 3 moments. Best 3 worst moments. All this and more on this wrap up edition of Sequel Men, the podcast.
Coming at you, not live from the British makeshift headquarters. 2 men talk about the films you care about. Or don't. It's the Sequel Men podcast, and it starts right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Sequel Men, the podcast. Here we are, wrapping up our Austin Powers franchise, and my name is Christian Brigadall, and with me, separately,
as always, is Spencer. Hi, how you doing? Good? Good.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for joining. No. You're always here. No.
I live here.
Okay.
But
that's it for us today.
No, but as Christian said, we're I don't know if he said welcome to the Sequel Men podcast, but we are the Sequel Men, and we are the podcast that is talking about the films you care about or don't, And
like Joel said,
Joel, top of the show, bringing us in with his intro. Thank you very much, Joel.
Thank
the
you,
voice
Joel.
Powie. You can follow him on Facebook at Voice of Joel. He has his own Facebook page now, specifically for his little recordings. He's been doing some funny little COVID-19 humorous takes.
Respites. Yeah.
They've been fun. He's put out 2 of them. They're pretty funny. I like them. So shout out to Joel Powie, Joel the voice. He's the voice of the Laker marching band at Grand Valley State University as well, our alma mater. So thank you, Joel. But we're the Sequel Men. We're gonna be
stay healthy, planet Earth.
Yes, stay healthy, planet Earth. We're taking listeners on an adventure through Hollywood's many franchises, and we're going to cover as many as we can until podcasts go out of style, which hopefully will be never, and we'll become rich and famous and become famous podcasters and influencers like that.
Yep.
Gymnast.
And then the novelty will wear off, and we will be as bad as Goldmember.
Yeah, probably.
No,
but
absolutely not.
At the end of every franchise, or in simplest terms, any film that has a sequel, if we start running out of like bigger franchises. But we're going to try to keep it to at least 3. But we'll fall back on a couple shorter ones here and there. And then at the end, we're going to have a wrap-up show, which you are in currently, where we talk about our Fin score, which is our final important necessary score out of 100.
Yeah, I didn't screw it up this time.
No, you didn't. And the criteria for that, I'll just say at the top, is the emotional impact the film's had on us personally, the storytelling, the characters, the visual style, and the music. A little hodgepodge of criteria right there for you. I also have a couple. I have my usual end of the year awards. We're going to be doing top 3 best moments, bottom 3 worst moments, and I'm going to be doing top 5 best outfits. And I know you have your own little top 5 that you're doing.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing top 5 lines.
Very nice.
Favorite lines.
And we'll feed off each other's, I'm sure. But
yeah.
We just had our own. We did it a little differently. Usually we have, my awards that I do, and then we each have best moments.
Well,
which
we can do this moving forward.
Yeah, just we each have a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But we can also do one where we each have the same thing. We each have the same thing too. In Toy Story, the last one, Toy Story, we didn't do a different thing. We just did 3 best, 3 worst. But
man, I totally fumbled that one too. But not today, Zurg.
Not today, Zurg. And I might be
not today, Dr. Evil.
I might be debuting a little rap single for you. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm sure some
one.
listeners are like, "Hey, that's cool." I mean, he's not the most skilled rapper, but I like him. I like his lyrics; they're funny. And then other
buy
people
his
are
album.
like, "Yeah." Other people are like, "Dude, I'd
buy Spency P's album.
I'm going forward 15 seconds until he's done because he can't stay on rhythm and he's just not good." Well, you're entitled to your own opinion, and you're probably more right than the people that like it.
Well, and this part's the yeah.
Yeah. That was funny. I was pretty spot on right there, though, huh? Although that was due to your editing. But
no, I just placed it there, kind of. It happened that way.
Yeah. That was fun.
It's always great when that happens.
It is. And it's great. Another thing that's great when it happens is when we look back on a film franchise we maybe grew up on, and we look back and take a trip down memory lane and catch stuff we didn't catch, which is exactly what we did with Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. Okay. That wasn't a repeat of that line, but anyway. Where do we go from here?
We can just jump in.
Jump in.
I don't think there's any deeper things we need to go with these.
With them? Yeah.
Overall, this franchise, and I'm just going to forewarn you, it's not going to have a very high Fin score compared to the other ones, just because I can't compare it to like more serious.
Right. It's almost a thing of
films.
its own. If you were going to compare it to anything, it would be if we did like a series of Adam Sandler films.
Or this is a much better version of whatever Tyler Perry tries to do with his
whatever
Medeas.
The Love Guru was.
Oh, yikes.
No.
I never saw that. I probably never
I didn't
will.
either.
But this franchise kind of... Now, he wasn't the first guy to... Mike Myers wasn't like the first guy to play multiple characters, but he's one of the more popular ones, 90s, 2000s. And
I think it's because he does it well.
He does do it well because he's extremely talented with like his voices.
Oh, yeah.
And his acting, I guess that's acting. He's a really good comedic actor. He's a good serious actor too when he does it. He's talented. Like he's very diverse. He can do a lot of things.
I found a lot of the best actors come out of comedy. Like Robin Williams, Mike Myers.
Yep.
Kristen Wiig. She does more serious stuff now.
Yeah, well, look at kind of a forgotten guy, but Jonah Hill. He was only comedy, like just the raunchy teen high school humor. But then all of a sudden, he does Moneyball, gets nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And then a couple years later, Wolf of Wall Street, nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And now he's doing serious films.
Adam Sandler. He can do really well in a serious film.
If he wants to. I don't think he's that interested. Every 10 years, he'll do a serious film that he's good in.
Well, what was that? Uncut Gems. I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither.
But I heard that he's very, very good in it. He deserved an Oscar nom, and he didn't get it.
I heard that was a big snub. But he won for Best Actor for some awards.
Yeah, and then he went off on the Academy.
Yeah, comedically, but he was...
Right.
He let him know.
I think Robin Williams is the one that comes to mind for me. Just in dramatic acting.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But Mike Myers, too.
Mike Myers.
What's a serious movie Mike Myers has been in?
Well, it's a really small
Inglourious
role.
Bastards?
Yes, that's a really small role. But in the brief minute that he's on there, he plays an English general, and he's very convincing. And then I
didn't even know it was him.
I know. I had to, when the camera went in a little bit more, I'm like, oh, that's Mike fucking Myers. Okay. But he's also in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither. It's on HBO. Go.
Well, hey, there's something to add to your watch list.
Yeah. You know who kind of paved the way for Mike Myers and the guys like Eddie Murphy and all these guys that play multiple characters is, I think... he was one of the better ones and one of the first to do the multiple characters because he was really versatile and really good. I've only ever seen him in one movie, but Peter Sellers.
Okay.
He did
Pink Panther. I know that.
I didn't know that, but because the only one I've ever seen was Dr. Strangelove and How I Learned to Love the Atomic Bomb.
I haven't seen that. I know, shame on me. I'm a film student. I haven't seen that.
I saw that in high school in a class, and I was kind of surprised. Man. But I was like, oh, an old black and white film, boo. But it's like dark humor. Because it's a topic. It's atomic, like nuclear war and bombing stuff. But it's a satire, is what it is. That's what it is. It's a satire. It's a really good satire where he plays like 3 or 4 characters, but he's great in all of them. And it's like, wait, is that the same? Because they're all so different. But we're talking about Austin Powers paving the way for others to do this. Mm-hmm. And
the thing about Austin Powers is it's kind of think of the premise. It's a parody of James Bond. Those movies came out of the 60s, right? Or the 50s? Starting with
60s, 50s. I'm not 100.
Sean Connery.
I'm not as well versed in 007 as I should be.
I'm honestly not. That's why I think we started out with Casino Royale before we got switched around here. But it's just a fun concept, like this swinger from the 60s being a secret agent named Austin Powers and playing off all the comedy.
And just not taking itself seriously.
Ramping it up to 11.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would say, okay, so on the dial, International Man of Mystery is probably a 9.
Okay.
Or 8 or a 9 on the silly scale, or cranking it up there.
Yeah.
But The Spy Who Shagged Me turns it up to 10, and maybe Goldmember up to 12 or something. It kind of goes overkill over the window with Goldmember a little bit, maybe. But
excuse me.
Overall, I like the 3 of them. I like all 3 of them. The quality gets better and better with each one, film-wise. I mean, I was just watching clips before we started recording, and International Man of Mystery, you can see the film grain, because it was, 96 it came out?
97, I think.
Wow, tough competition with Titanic. But
yeah. Honestly, I'd rather watch Austin Powers.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
well, if you're looking for a good time,
I don't wanna...
if you're not looking for a downer,
no,
but a disaster film that wasn't directed by the guy who did Day After Tomorrow, or what's his name? I
do not know why I was allowed to see Titanic in theaters, but I did. I went with my family and saw it.
Really?
Was that what year did that come out?
97.
So I was 6.
96, actually, and then it got the Oscars in 97, yeah.
So I was 5. I remember, that's another, 95 was a big year for me. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, 95 was a big year.
Well, yeah, because Toy Story was the first movie that I remember going to see in theaters. And then that year, it's weird that I just happened to remember. No. Toy Story was 95. You said Titanic was 96, right?
Yes.
Either way, I was young, and those 2 years apparently were really impressionable because I remember going to the theater. You're not going to believe me. You're going to think I'm making it up. I specifically remember almost like where in the theater we were sitting. We were sitting on the right side.
Hey, that's not strange at all.
I remember first boobs I ever saw at Titanic on
first
screen.
Boobs boobs on screen.
And that's when I knew that Austin Powers is for me.
Oh, man. No. But, yeah, I brought up Titanic. Wow.
Yeah, you did. For a while, it was my favorite movie, and I didn't even understand what was going on, except boobs and people falling off a boat.
Yeah.
And the song.
The song. I love the song.
Really got me.
If only Titanic... Well, no, we don't want to franchise a Titanic. There's already a Titanic 2. It's awful. I watched it. Don't go see it.
There's a couple little spin-offs. There's an animated one.
Oh, yeah. Really I've seen the Nostalgia Critic reviews of those.
Yikes.
They're pretty hilarious, though.
What about Austin Powers, though? We always do
this. Yeah, what
in
about
the
Austin Powers? What I was saying was the film grain. You can see the film grain of the original film.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that. It just shows, like, it was shot on film, that you get a better, I don't know, film just looks better to me. And I think we said this before.
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere. But the film grain is what makes it. The detail it brings, like, it feels cinematic.
It does. It's nice.
And you kind of lose that with Goldmember, though.
Yeah, because the age of digital, 2002.
And also maybe the budget had to do with it, but back in the 90s, but...
Probably. Should we you want to get into our things here? Do you want to start with...
What do you want to start with?
Let's start with...
Are we starting with our Finn scores?
No, we're going to save that.
Okay, that for...
Let's do best outfits. And then you can do your best lines, and we'll feed off each other. So I'll start at 5 and go to 1. I have the top 5 best outfits, and these... not just for Austin Powers. But number 5 I have, and I'm not a fashion guru, but I love a good suit. And number 5, Scott Evil in that black suit when he makes the transformation. It's slim, like it's that slim fit. He's got the smooth bald. He just looks sharp. Like it's got that collar, and it's just all black. It's sharp. He looks good. He's goofy. But the suit looks real nice, and he really fits the whole Dr. Evil protege looking is nice. Scott Evil, black suit. Kind of like the black suit. Number 4, we have, and even as a kid, I remember loving this outfit because it's so modern looking, and it's not like super goofy, and it's cool. Looking like that's what cool kids are wearing. Like I'd wear that. Is that Austin Powers time travel like jumpsuit, that track looking suit with the stripes? Just reminds me of like an Adidas. Like he's going to the Olympics. And I love the stripe. I love that athletic looking feel. It's very slimming. It looks nice and like it's form fitting, but it's also nice and loose, so he can judo chop and judo kick and do all the things that he has to do. It's practical, is what it is. It's practical. It's one piece, so you're not going to lose any garments, and you're in space, so you got to have something that you just slip on real quick.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And you can wear under your space suit. And I love it. I love it. And I love the shoes that are with it. But the color scheme, that blue with that bright orange, oh, don't even get me started. And then he brings it all together with the male symbol necklace. Come on. And then there's two of them. It does look
pretty sharp. What fabric is it? Suede?
I
it almost looks suede.
I think it's just regular cotton. I think it's regular.
It would
suede,
be.
He has his
don't wash
suits.
it.
No,
don't dry it on.
And then we got number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe I'm a perv for this, but Foxy Cleopatra has this, it's basically this like poop green bikini top, and she's wearing this like green hat kind of on the side of her head, like it's like a floppy hat with a bill, and her hair is braided on the sides, and then she's got like the matching pants, but then what brings it all together is this beautiful burnt orange jacket it's I want to say halter top, but I think I'm wrong. But the midriff is completely bare. That's not why I like it. I'm explaining. That's how short it is. Like it's like a jacket for the sake of just covering her arms a little bit. But it's
personally, I like her Hey Goldmember song outfit.
That is a good one too.
At the pad.
Has that nice, that gold has that sheen, and it has the slit on the leg that really shows off some leg. And she looks phenomenal. I want to know who her designer is.
She really did.
Let me just say,
I'm not saying she didn't look phenomenal today. I'm just saying back, you know what I mean.
She doesn't age. I'm just going to say, Beyonce knows fashion, and so does Foxy Cleopatra, because she's... What is the line?
I got the quote wrong last episode. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm a heck of a woman. Yeah, I was saying it wrong. And you're up, Christian, you're saying it wrong. It's Foxy Cleopatra.
So that outfit I really like, because it's like her laid back street clothes. I'm off duty, but I still want to be ready for any action.
Yeah.
And I like her hair in that scene too, how it's got like the cornrows on the side, kind of pulled back with the hat. I like it. It's nice. But it still keeps that essence of the afro. Love that.
Yes. Yep.
And then we got number 2. And bro, this one was a tough one, but Austin Powers wears this blue and red pinstripe suit in Goldmember. And I'm a sucker for pinstripes.
Is that at the beginning?
I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure. But again, it has the blue and like that burnt orange reddish pinstripe, like that color scheme. That's his color scheme. It's like blue and red. That's his thing, because London. Mm-hmm. But this is those colors flow so well together. And it's like the slim fit suit. It's got the ascot with the fluffy wrist sleeves at the bottom. And he just looks like he's about to take down some motherfuckers.
Doilies in his sleeves.
Yeah. But then he's got the male symbols necklace that brings it all together again. And his glasses, let me just say, throughout the entire franchise, on point. He was way ahead of his time with those, because those are coming back now.
Oh, he must have contacted lens crafters in the 3rd movie.
Yeah, this episode brought to you by Lens Crafters.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah. I can see again.
I put the gur in swinger, baby.
Yeah. And number 1. Let me just say, bro.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I don't think you do. But when Austin Powers in The Spy Who Shagged Me pulls up in his casual, like, Asian-inspired outfit when he's going to talk to Felicity, and I think it's not when they dance. I think it's when he's going to apologize. But the screenshot I saw was them like kind of in the street. But it has this, it's like this blue accented with gold. Mm-hmm. And it's like this Asian inspired.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Let me see if I can look at it.
And it's really sharp because it's nice and casual. And it just looks comfortable. Like, it looks comfortable. Let me try to find it so I can... Spy Who Shagged Me. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm looking at it right now. And it's like this jacket. Picture this. It's this jacket with all these different... It's a blue base with like gold accent designs. And then he's just wearing like a blue silk turtleneck underneath with the jacket. It doesn't have buttons. Like, it's just open. Like, it's meant to just be open. Like that really sharp looking. And then... Oh, it does have buttons, but they're big... Like, they're not meant to be buttons. And then the sleeves
I think I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, have the gold. It goes up his arm a little bit, and they have those, like, fake buttons on there, too. And it's sharp as shit.
Oh, wait, let me send this to you.
You know what?
Quick.
That doesn't... It's Asian inspired, but it almost looks like it has a paisley design on it.
This one? I sent you a message on... Yeah.
On the face?
On Facebook, yeah, on my Facebook Messenger. Is it that one?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
man,
a good picture of it, too.
That jacket is tight, and he's wearing probably those Italian black leather boots, and then just these, it looks like velvet blue pants.
Yep.
And it's
wow, that is a nice suit.
Sharp as shit.
And it looks good on him, too.
Oh, yeah. He looks great.
That looks sharp.
He looks great in that. He for sure does. Like, oh, man. Oh,
wow,
man.
I didn't pay that much attention to it the first time, but that does look really good. No, I almost want one.
Yeah. I do want one. I'm going to have to lose a few pounds before I get one, but I want that.
Yeah. I like the pimp suit.
It's good. A little over the top for me. I like the glasses.
Particularly with the glasses. I like the hat and the Cruella de Vil shawl, basically.
Yeah. And then that cane. You know, you got to keep your pimp hand strong, obviously.
Giant Flavor Flav male symbol.
Yeah. Like it's like a parody of it's reminiscent of like you said, the Flavor Flav, but the clock that he wears. The clock is what you're referring to.
Yep.
But it's just a lot of good outfits. Austin takes 3 of the top 5. But honorable mention real quick.
Yeah.
Mainly because I had the action figure, but Dr. Evil's like Darth Vader space suit where he has to keep clicking the button. I love that outfit.
Austin.
It's great. No, not really.
I can't back that up.
No, right, because idiot. So
now you got me thinking of lower the globe.
Lower the globe. You a-hole. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right, they're all there. Speaking of best lines.
Yeah, best lines. I don't have any particular order.
Okay.
But, you know, some of these might not be screen accurate, either in accent or tone. But, number 1.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Oh, great
That's
line.
one of the best.
Great
from
line.
International Man of Mystery.
Well, going off that real quick.
Go ahead.
In that same scene, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, I just almost fell off my chair. Is when he gets a 5 and he goes, "I'll stay."
I think you want to hit.
I too like to live. dangerously. Oh, I love that.
The next one I have is from The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Silence! I will not tolerate your insolence.
Yeah, you do like that one.
That's my...
You like that
because number 2 is just trying to, like, talk some sense into, hey, we can make more money doing this in my evil Starbucks lair.
And he just now that you're describing
goes
it,
off on him.
Because he's not like being rude or anything.
No.
Like, he's not trying to take over. He's just
Dr. Evil, if we put all of our resources... Silence! I will not tolerate your insolence.
The more I think... I want to watch that scene real quick.
It goes silent. He called it a Belgian dip.
That's one of my top also from that. And then I just, because I still do that, like I said. Shagged
I know.
Me. Spy Who Shagged Me, like I said when we were going over it. My most, that's my, what am I trying to fucking, okay.
My mojo?
That's where I get most of my everyday dialogue from.
Like
Dr.
the cool.
Evil, yes.
That's
all
in the
time.
same scene.
Insolence.
Do you have any? Well, what's another one? I know you said a whole lot of them that you got from this movie, from Spy Who Shagged Me. Particularly from this scene, like...
Oh, hold on. It's really loud. Yeah. The Belgium dip.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello, Frau. You're... Do you have any updates for me? No.
I know.
It's normal in Belgium.
I make the decisions here, okay? I
Yeah.
demand a little respect.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude, the funniest part about that is Dr. Evil. I'm just gonna set this up.
Right.
So he has the thing on his nose. He's like, I make the decisions here. And then the part that he says silence is he's not talking about business. Number 2 is just like, Dr. Evil, you have some...
Yeah.
And then he just cuts him off. It's so much funnier.
That's even better.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
Just he goes off on him. He's... That's
and
funny.
Number 2 is like, okay, you had something on your nose, but it's whatever.
Oh. All right. Number 3.
You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. Now, evidently, my cycloptic colleague informs me that that can't be done. Can you remind me what I pay you people for? Honestly, throw me a bone here. What do we have?
He pounds the table.
Whoa,
Is it too much to ask for sharks with laser beams on their frickin' heads?
Laser beams attached to their heads. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's a good favorite
Just
part.
the psychoptic colleague.
Right.
That can't be done. Pounds the table. Hey, he eventually gets what he wants in the 3rd movie, right?
Oh, yeah, he does.
By his son, Scotty.
Scotty
hey.
boy.
Hey, he remembered.
Scotty!
Tone it down. little high there.
Scotty. Well, always call it Operation Wang Chung.
Yeah. But I'm sure Operation Bananarama will be a big success.
You just don't get it, do you, Scott? That's not that part, but anyway.
Similar.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched this clip before we started. The end of Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, when Random Task throws the shoe and you hear the music.
Oh, that really hurt. I'm gonna have a lump there, you idiot. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly.
Oh, man.
I always got that line wrong up until I watched this movie for this show. Because I'm always like, who throws a shoe? Honestly, that really hurt.
But it's the other way around.
And I like scrambled it around. Yeah.
That's all right.
But you just said this one. You just said this one.
Scott, you just don't get it, do you? You don't.
I got a gun in my room.
My room.
I'll go grab it. We'll come out. We'll shoot him together. It'll be fun. Why don't you just go back in time and shoot Austin while he's sitting on the crapper? Oh, Scott.
How about no, Scott?
That is... Oh,
that's the one that you were talking about.
That's my single
that you say
most
with your
quoted.
wife, yeah.
Second, followed by testicle, spectacles, wallet, and watch.
Yeah.
And that rarely makes sense when I say it.
I can't believe this is a 6. Okay, I got 6 and 7. I'm going 2 steps beyond here.
Fair.
6.
How does that feel, baby?
Lower.
How does that feel, baby?
How does that feel, baby? That's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
And 7. Just because you're 1/8 their size doesn't mean you deserve 1/8 of their respect.
That's more of a heart.
I know. That's why I put it in there. Have a little
heartfelt.
serious one.
Yeah. I mean, it's still
have a little
funny,
serious one,
but it's meaningful, is what it is.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's kind of it for my little quote list there. You got any of them? You got any ones that you'd like to point out?
I covered them while we were watching them.
Not very many from Austin on there, and not very many from Goldmember either.
No, because he doesn't have any great lines. Dr. Evil literally has the best lines. He's probably the funniest character. Yeah. He is the funniest character.
I think so. I kind of agree. Austin's in second.
Yeah.
It's just, Austin, Dr. Evil's more flamboyant and bizarre.
Yeah.
Quirky.
And just the stuff he says, it's like, that doesn't make... Okay,
yeah, like the silence.
You know what I'm surprised you didn't put on there?
What?
Just enjoy yourself.
You know what? I'm surprised of that too.
That's more.
I almost
meaning,
did.
Not for the quote itself.
This coffee smells like shit.
It is shit, Austin.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, right.
That's another favorite. It's a bit nutty.
Basil's a heart. He's an interesting character.
I know.
Because he's like he's like this really nice. Like he's helpful. X.
Well done,
position.
Austin.
But then he gets mad at him all the time. It's like, what? I don't get what he is.
So here's the reason. It's because Austin's being a jerk.
Right.
For lack of a more extreme term that I didn't want to say, but and Basil's like the epitome of gentleman, I think.
Yeah.
He's always polite. He always talks in this terse tone. Well done, Austin.
But
Austin, I have another mission for you. It's your father.
He's also willing to give a little
Oh, that's why he wasn't at the ceremony.
No, he was taken after that. Or whatever the thing is, I don't know. Daddy wasn't there.
I love that song, by the way. Another thing, I'm going off here. Last one. In the car, when he's in the car, he's like, it's Vanessa. She was a fembot the whole time. Yes,
My
Austin, we already knew that. You already knew. Then perhaps you should try foreplay. All right.
Right.
Or when he blows up, he gets blown up by the fembot, and he's like, thank God.
Oh, yeah. That's another. I do that quite a bit, too. Oh, man.
This is just going on favorite lines-orama here, but...
That's what these movies are for.
Yeah.
Right, do we want to jump...
They're quotable.
They are. They're super quotable. The whole show,
Potable
we
and
could have just
quotable.
read the script for the
Potent
show. Potent potables.
Yeah. I'll take I'll take
Horror.
Letits now for $500, Alex.
Those are
the
all
category is Let It Snow.
I love
not Letits now.
Those bits. I love those. But maybe it's the uncultured in me. No, it'd be more cultured. I don't know. But the one that they did for their... What was it? What was their big celebration a few years ago? Not 40
their
years.
40th anniversary. I think
40?
it was. I think so.
When they did that segment and just had the All-Stars come in and just a bunch of different, like a revolving wheel of characters that have been on the show.
Burt Reynolds by Norm Macdonald and
who is Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
No, I'm just asking. Who is Andre the Giant? Oh, I found out who Andre the Giant is. He's a giant whose name is Andre.
Chewing gum.
Yeah.
Okay, moving forward. Tom Hanks has his hand in a pickle jar. Why?
I like the Tom Hanks when it's
I
actually
wanted
Tom
a pickle.
Hanks. Yeah, when he's on Black Jeopardy or whatever that.
That's not a microphone. That's a pen.
Right. No, we're with sidebar right there.
Oh man, heavy. There's our sidebar. There we go.
To the BBC, yeah. BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3, BBC 4, BBC 5, BBC 6, BBC 7, BBC Heaven.
Do you want to jump to our 3 worst moments?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do our 3 worst moments. You start. You do yours first.
3 worst?
Yeah, 3 worst from 3 to 1.
I don't have 3 to 1. Okay, I'll just go 3 to 1. I didn't really have them in any particular order. I mean,
okay, it doesn't matter.
3 to 1. 3 third worst. Let me say that again. 3 third worst.
33rd
Screaming
worst.
in the screaming in the car in Goldmember.
Oh, that's a good one.
When
so dumb.
they're escaping Mr. Robato's Tokyo facility, and they're about to run it. It's the classic. Oh, we're gonna crash into another oncoming car, and they're looking at each other. And
it's a cheap.
It's
gag.
not really a worst moment in that sense, but it's worse in that it's not funny.
It's worse than that it's not good.
It's not good. It's not. I mean, people are probably like, "Really, Christian? That's your third worst?" But I couldn't really think of any other ones, to be honest, to put on here.
Well, it's not your first worst.
No, my second worst. This is one you're probably gonna agree with. Fat bastard sleeping with Felicity.
Oh.
With all the shit on his stomach and
See, that's
like the greasy
worst.
Chicken and.
But
he's
the
like,
scene itself
Spot.
is fine.
What's the song again? Sexy man, does whatever a sexy man can.
Yeah.
It's like
you want some chicken? I've got more.
Yeah. you do a really good fat bastard.
Oh, thanks, man. That's
But
just gross
him having all that like spit and slobber and chicken bits are on him, and
He's so gross.
the sweat on his chest and the chicken grease. It's disgusting.
Ugh.
And particularly in the second movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I don't mind him. He's
not
not
in the
nearly
first
as
movie.
disgusting in Goldmember.
Oh, you mean his second movie? Yeah. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's actually fairly normal.
I know.
Isn't this magical?
I hope my wider team is ready.
He's fun. He's way better in Goldmember. That's for sure.
I agree. Except for the...
Yeah.
Oh, and the prolonged fart joke. There, I'll lump that in there,
Is
too.
that your... Oh, you're lumping that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, number 1 is Scotty Don't.
That's your worst, huh?
Scotty Don't. Scotty Don't. Scotty Don't. Well, I kind of went off you because you said it was... Yeah, I went off you because you said it was forced. It's kind of... The shtick kind of is off at this point, and they try and make it funny by having Scotty be us and be like, oh, here we go. Oh, I got to say the thing. Ha, ha, ha. And this, I don't know, the self-referential stuff in that bit
Yeah.
doesn't
it's a
work.
little too forced, but that's one of the self-referential... The the word you just
Referential.
said, yeah, that's that I didn't mind. That's one of the ones I liked, actually. Well, maybe
Okay.
the one that I liked. But I can
Okay.
understand why it's your worst, because it is still forced per se.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't prepare as well as I should have for my 3 worst, but it was
That's
kind of hard
okay.
thinking of the 3 worst because there's not really any particular moments that I thought this is awful. It shouldn't even be in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is Goldie Wang to Monkey Nuts.
Yeah, you didn't like
Like,
that. You didn't like that very much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing much to say. Right.
Right.
Well, that's my 3 worst.
Those are good. We have overlap in one.
Okay.
But I'll start. Number 3, we have the Britney Spears Mini-Me exchange in the credits. Did not like that. Felt super uncomfortable. It grossed me out, and it was weird.
It's a relic of the 2000s.
Yeah.
That kind of cross-pollination of pop culture.
Cross-mogination. Oh, man. I wish I put that on my best.
Man.
That is such a funny... Because he's just
The fembot
rambling on, and they're
sequence.
just... Right, okay. And the cross-mogination. But number 2, and this just grossed me out, and I feel like why was this a part of his character? You don't need to have the secondary villain just always be doing something gross. When Goldmember eats his skin...
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Like
That's
dry
pretty-
skin, like flakes of skin gross me the fuck out as it is, and he eats it.
Yeah.
Or saves it, and you see the
What,
pile
you've never
of 'em?
eaten your skin before?
No! How about no, Scott?
You crazy Dutch bastard.
This is gross. I'm just going to move right on from that. Number 1.
Can we...
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Can we what?
What is Goldmember? He's like, can we dip their privates in gold? It's a thing I do.
One of his few funny
And then,
lines.
yeah. And Dr. Evil slowly goes up to him in his chair. How about no?
Right.
You
that
freaky
is a
Dutch
good-
bastard.
Oh, man. He likes that. How about no? I like that.
Yeah.
Number 1 is one that you said. The fat bastard fart joke in Goldmember.
Okay.
It just
Yeah.
goes on way too long, and it's really graphically disgusting.
Yes. Graphically disgusting.
Yeah.
How?
Because
How so?
of, like, how he describes it and how he's wafting it and just describing the smell.
That could gag a maggot.
Yeah, like, it grossed me out.
That
the
line
word
made me
maggot is one of my least favorite words of all
What
time.
about
It's
moist?
Just gross. Moist is fine. I like moist.
I
Moist is
really
no
don't
big
care
deal.
moist. Really.
Moist. I had a teacher or a student. No. I can't remember if it was a classmate.
I had a student.
No, it was a teacher because we would always write this on his board. He did not like the word pamphlet.
Pamphlet.
Yeah, weird. I love that word. It's such
It's
a
okay.
good. It's
It's
better
an
than
okay
brochure.
word. I don't mind it.
Would you like a pamphlet? A schmuck
Would you like
and
a smoke and a pancake? Yeah.
Schmuck and a pancake. Bong
A
and
waffle and a
cake.
cigar?
I always the weird sidebar. I always liked that scene because I thought bongs looked cool. At the time, like anytime there was one in a movie, it's like, oh, that's an illegal thing, and I've seen one of those in real life. And I was way too young to know what that was, so I thought it was cool that I did. I never did it or tried it at that age. Or
Oh,
ever.
no,
I
no,
still
no, no,
haven't
no,
ever.
no. Absolutely.
But I just thought they looked cool for some reason. I don't know why. But then, obviously, pipes are cool too.
Dutch hater?
Yeah, I guess I am. And then I'll segue right into 3 best. We'll do it like a snake draft. You start
Okay,
with
yeah.
worst, and then I'll start with best, and then you go.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Number 3, baby. You're going to agree with me on this one, I think. I don't know. Maybe you won't. But number 3, just the 2 of us. We can make it if we
Okay.
try. Just the 2 of
The
us.
duet.
You and I.
Yeah.
From the moment I heard Frau say I had a clone. Yeah, that. I'm not going to do the whole thing again. I
All
already
right.
did it. But yeah, I loved that scene. I've always loved that scene. I love any comedic rap. You know that.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know that. The last 2 episodes, the last 1 episode, I did. No, the last 2 episodes, I did one in each. Well, 2 in one
Yeah.
and 1 in another one. And then.
You know,
What?
sorry to interrupt.
Please.
You
interrupt.
remember the 2 of us Just the two of us. I always liked the "What if God was one of us?"
Yeah.
This little keyboard.
See, I love when it's like cheesy raps, but they're surprisingly good at rapping. I like that. And just like his flow is really good. But any short, comedic, random musical number I love in movies, like in The Hangover, the "What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze?" That song.
Never watched it. I bet Joe Exotic's seen that.
I bet he has. No,
That
dude, you have to watch. I think The Hangover is going to be one of our franchises.
I
down
think
the road.
so, eventually.
Yeah, when we come back to comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to make fun of comedies because they
make fun of themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's parts, but
particularly Austin Powers.
Work. Yeah, it doesn't work when you're going through a movie trying to be nitpicking, like, "Oh, that doesn't make sense." Well, yeah, they know it doesn't make sense.
Oh, that
That's
joke
why it's in
didn't
the
work.
movie. It's easier, like in a movie like Twilight. It was like, that doesn't make sense to really rip it apart. But anyway, I'm going off track. Number 2.
Nice to meet you, number 2.
The penis ship gag.
Okay.
Penis ship gag. Both of them.
Okay.
I love a good running gag. And let me just pause for a moment to characters. No, I'm just kidding. But did you know, Christian? Did you know this episode brought to you by the Swedish-made penis enlarger pump. That's right, endorsed by Austin Powers himself. Do you ever find yourself sitting at home trying to whack off or something, but you can't find your penis because it's just too small? Well, no more do you have to worry about that, because the Swedish have come out with the Swedish-made penis enlarger pump, made just for you and doing random tasks all around the house. You just slap this bad boy on your willy, give it a few pumps, not too many or else your penis will explode, blood will go everywhere. That's disgusting. You don't want any of that. So you're gonna slap it on your wang, give it 2 to 3 solid pumps, full pumps. Make sure you give it 2 full pumps, or else a half pump is only gonna give you a half chub, and that's just not gonna cut it in the bedroom, okay? You wanna go full staff, baby. You don't want to go half-mast on this one. We're not in the middle of a crisis here. We don't lower that flag half-mast. Not for this little bitty itty-bitty problem. But the Swedish have figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. The Swedish-made penis enlarger pump, endorsed by Austin Powers himself. That's just his bag, baby. You can get his book sold separately, but also with it. When you purchase one Swedish-made penis enlarger pump, you better believe your fucking mind that you're going to get a second penis enlarger Swedish-made pump. And if you call right now in the next 10 seconds before the timer runs out at the bottom by the time I'm done talking, you will get the Swiss-made penis enlarger pump absolutely free of charge. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a $200 value, bringing it to you for one low price of $25.97. Or if you want to make 3 easy payments of about $5.27, or 10 hard payments of $2.28. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say this. Episode brought to you by the Swedish-made penis enlarger pump for those guys who just can't find their dicks. Thank you. Back to you, Christian.
Well,
so that
happened.
was my number 2, the penis ship gag. Now, going to number 1, the 3 best moments.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know why I said it like that. My number 1 best moment.
Are you going to go through them over again?
No. Sure, we'll have to do the infomercial again. My top 3... God damn it! My number 1. This is going off the rails. Oh, that Swedish-made penis enlarger pump is just
shit.
Shit. Number 1 best moment of all time: Austin Powers. When Austin gets stuck in the hallway on the tram.
Yes.
And just how he thinks it's like he's in the moment being like serious, like he's trying to get out of it, like it's a serious moment. We have to catch Dr. Evil, and he just keeps going back and forth between the wall. It's hilarious.
That is one of my favorite moments too. But it's not in my top 3.
Whoa.
It was.
Speaking of your top 3, why don't you give it to us?
See, I keep waffling on some of these because there's so many good moments. Number 3, lower the globe. just the image of the globe falling and just go like.
Dude,
oh, great.
Anytime he does. Can I just sidebar?
Thanks a lot.
Dr. Evil, those are the 3 best moments, but it was real hard. Honorable mention, but probably better than any of those 3. No, just anytime Dr. Evil describes his plan.
Yes, and I'll kind of lumped this one in too with the Death Star. I call it a Death Star.
How out of tune he is.
Okay, Darth.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
Rip off! Oh, it's so
Did
great.
you say you wanted some ice cream?
Yes, I would love some ass cream.
Preparation H feels really good on the whole.
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Just when he describes his plan, especially in the first one, when he's like, here's the plan. We'll blackmail Prince Charles and claim that he had an affair.
It did happen. And they did get divorced.
Kind of have to tell me these things. You know, I'm the boss.
I've been frozen for 30 frickin' years, people. Throw me a bone here. Oh, man.
That's my number 3 is the lower the globe.
That's a good
Just
one.
the imagery of it. His react. You succeeded in making me look like a jack in the box. A frickin' jack in the box.
Oh, that's fun.
Number 2. Opening title sequence, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, man, yes. Dude. And we don't have to go deep into them, that's what she said, but just kind of, we'll just do a blur, blur, blur.
Oh, sidebar. I just watched the episode of The Office, The Sales Call.
The sales call.
When Dwight goes to New York to hand the tax paperwork in that Angela forgot.
Oh, yeah.
And Michael thinks that he's going behind his back again.
That's one of the best
And
episodes.
Michael's like, you know what, Dwight? I want you to think about this long and hard. That's what she said. Don't you dare.
I love it. I just recently watched that one because I'm doing a rewatch, and that's season 3. And I just finished season 3.
And though today it is me, we all shall fall. Okay.
Oh, man.
Anyway, sidebar. Yeah, the opening title sequence, just we're going to go into this later, but just the comedy, it's almost signature Austin Powers comedy. Like the visual gags, like, oh, the meat, it's like showing that it's his, it's doing that. You get the smiley face lollipop or whatever.
Yeah.
And him coming up out of the water at the end, and the water dancing, figurative dancing in the water. What's it called? What's the term?
Synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming. How can I not know that? It's right. I knew it's there, but I just love it. How it all climaxes with him coming up out of the water and everyone celebrating. Like, it's almost like you're single again. Woo!
I know. That is a great, like, that's what started the opening title sequence.
It was a struggle between Goldmember and this one. But really? I think the second one, now that I think of it, is more signature Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah.
Like the humor of the Austin Powers film.
He hit his stride.
And you don't get really any of that in Goldmember. Other than the fountain in the lobby.
That visual.
That's the movie's signature.
He's not so much a swinger anymore in this movie. Maybe Felicity really changed it. And like maybe when she left unexplained, that really scarred him. So he's just like, oh, he's not as outrageous as he used to be in his older age.
I guess. Well, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't
know. What?
I don't know.
Number one.
Certain I don't know what.
The Dr. Evil Starbucks lair sequence.
Ooh.
That's my number one.
That's solid.
I love the irony, especially today, with how much bigger Starbucks has gotten.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what would be effing hilarious?
What?
If they do an Austin Powers 4, which I do want to talk about later on.
Yeah, we will.
Near the end. It's not Starbucks. Dr. Evil, we've partnershiped with Amazon to...
Well, Scott burned Amazon down to the ground. Remember last episode? Character Spotlight.
Oh,
just kidding.
Oh,
but yeah,
that's
that
right.
would be.
Just keep going bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger and bigger. Next will be Google or... I just love that they did that back in 2000 or 1999. Just Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like not knowing how much bigger it would have become.
Oh, yeah.
Like even today.
I didn't connect that, but you're right. How it was a big thing, but
and
now
how it's in Seattle,
the
big Sky Needle. But
I think that's my favorite layer.
Yeah, I like the green, the minty green. I love the comedy in it is just on point. That might be Dr. Evil's best sequence.
Oh, I think you're right because there's the time machine too when he's like says, you know, like, all right, I'll see you later. Or, I'm going, blah blah blah, and then he runs up and it's off, and he just slams into it. Could you maybe? Yeah, thank you.
Stop pumping the laser.
Why don't you and the laser get a freaking room?
No, but yeah, it's funny. And then the time machine noise. I love the sound effect. Yeah,
I can't.
I love it, and the visual effects is pretty good. But we'll get into that later when we get into our Fin score.
Sure.
But that's my top three. Now for my top three. Oh,
you're hilarious. Oh, stop dyad of favorite parts. Dyad of parts. It's a triads, my triad, top triad. Favorite.
Hey, Dr. Evil and Austin are a dyad in a way.
Oh, yeah, they are.
A dyad in the Force.
Two.
Unseen for generations. Anyway. Fun.
Now, this is just a quick...
Yeah, go for it.
I give my awards my year just like sports because I love sports. I love movies, so I combine the two instead of making it more obvious, like doing mock Oscar awards for the franchises. I did sports, which it's whatever.
That's fine.
Or
I
what?
like that. That's fine. No. Go
you were
ahead.
going to say something. Say it.
I was going to say, why don't we could save your awards pre-Fin score because I know we got the Powers women ranked.
Oh. I forgot to write those down, but yeah, let's do that real quick.
Okay.
You start.
You want to? I'll start. You start.
You start.
Okay.
I have my ranking.
Okay. I didn't give him a number or anything. I just like 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Best to worst.
Ours might be the same. No, they're not. They're not.
They're probably going to be the same.
The bottom two are going to be different.
Okay. Number 1, best. The Powers
start with
women.
3.
Oh, starting with 3. Okay.
Work your way up to the best.
Worst Powers woman. You know, like a Bond girl.
Yeah.
Essentially. Felicity Shagwell takes the worst.
Do that. Wait, are we counting like the fake one, like a lot of vagina and
are we?
I didn't. I'm not.
I didn't.
Are we?
I
okay,
didn't.
then we won't.
Okay.
But if we were, they get a separate category, and the best is obviously...
Dixie Normus?
No. The best is obviously, what's her face?
A lot of vagina?
Ivana Humpalot. Dude, that scene with the chest, that's honorable mention. That's honorable mention for me.
The scene with the chest? Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, back to the Powers women.
Okay, so Felicity Shagwell's third. Sorry, the performance wasn't there.
Yeah.
Wow, I based all these on performance instead of the character.
Yeah,
but anyway, number 2, I kind of made a mistake with that. Number 2, Foxy. I'm sorry. Foxy Cleopatra.
Attaboy.
Number 2. Number 1 is Vanessa Kensington, of course. She is the best.
Spoiler, she's my best. Yeah, there's no way around it. She has the best performance. She has the best character. Yeah. She gets an awesome twist opening.
Although it's kind of cheap how I don't know, does she warm up to Austin naturally?
Yeah, because she fends him off for a while.
I know, but then she gets drunk.
Yeah.
And after that, they have that sweet, tender moment where he's like, no, it's just not right.
Yeah.
And then after that...
natural. It's pretty gradual.
Okay, well, he takes her out on the town.
Yeah.
With Burt Bacharach, everyone.
Oh, Bertie.
But, okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Well, I hadn't even started, but...
Oh,
I didn't know it was my turn, baby.
Looks like I got ahead of myself.
Number 3 for me was just... I know the performance was a little better, but the character just seemed... She didn't have... Like, she was just kind of there. She didn't have much to do. She was there to get a big name in there, and Foxy Cleopatra didn't do it for me. I wanted her to have more to do, especially being a woman of color. I wanted her to... And don't get me wrong, she was still great, but I just felt like her lines were forced in there for her. And this isn't Beyonce's fault, by the way. Not her fault. It's just the writers that wrote her as a character could have done a lot more with her. Like, a lot.
Well, it's like we talked about in the last episode. She's really based on the old blaxploitation films.
And she was just there to react.
Like, you're under arrest, sugar. Like that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Which, that would have been fine if she had more to do still. But...
Right, or given more of a substantial background. Other than we were a fling once and that's why we're together again. Right,
that, and she's just very quippy, and her catchphrase is kind of forced. Her, what am I just was talking about it. She could have had more. Oh yeah, it just seemed like she was there for eye candy, which they all are, but Vanessa
and star power, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, that too.
I mean,
but
Beyonce's not a regular actress.
No.
She's a performer.
Right. But they didn't give her anything to perform with. But she had moments.
Other than her Hey Goldmember piece.
Yes. But she just seemed like she was there to react to the men in the movie. Like, just kind of give chuckles when they're doing their back and forth and laugh and be like, yeah, haha. And just really support. I didn't like it.
She's like the ostrich in the bleachers.
Ha ha. No. But number 2 is Felicity Shagwell. Obviously, she's the one, as a kid, she was always my favorite because I always thought she was the hottest. Turns out Elizabeth Hurley is much better looking, I think. Not much, but she is nowadays that I'm looking
Elizabeth
back.
Hurley is better looking than her now?
No, I don't know about now. I'm just saying, like, looking back,
I got you.
I think overall. But it's not about what they look like.
Right.
She was the one that stuck out to me the most, and I liked how she was Austin Powers but in female form and American form, almost a carbon copy.
You know what?
Almost to a fault.
I think you may have convinced me to switch the two.
Oh.
Because thinking about it character-wise.
Yeah.
Character-wise.
She had way more to do. She
had more to do. She had a little bit of more substance in her. Because, I mean, look at Foxy. She gets tricked by Goldmember by the same move. Him kicking his legs backward.
Yeah, I did not like that. She was weak. She was written to be weak.
And
Felicity Shagwell, you can say,
but
like, she was just there for sex. Yeah.
Felicity was eye candy for sure. Heather Graham.
Owned it, though. She controlled.
She did. She owned her
sexuality.
Yes, absolutely.
Because she was like Austin is, just always like, yeah, let's go. It wasn't ever he was pressuring her. She was almost pressuring him more. And I like how she controlled those scenes.
You're absolutely right.
And was more of an independent. Well, no, Vanessa's the most independent. But
think about it this way: Foxy Cleopatra and Austin are kind of in the neutral zone here now. Like in the first movie, you have Vanessa Kensington. He really has to kind of win her over, and he does do some romantic stuff with the bus top ride with Burt Bacharach and all that good stuff. Felicity, like you said, she's switched on like all the time. She's ready to go whenever, and pressuring Austin when Austin doesn't want to because he doesn't have his mojo, but he had it the whole time.
He did. It was in him the whole time.
It was in him the whole time. And Foxy Cleopatra is kind of neutral. Like, she's not forcing anything upon him. He's not doing it to her. He's just being flirtatious, like with his remark. Right. Like, you look very switched on, baby. Like, after she gets out of the...
It's more tasteful flirting. It's not so forceful.
I forgot. Yes, absolutely. And the kiss at the end is tasteful.
I still didn't like, but I get
even the Vanessa Kensington like sex scene at the end is.
Well, they get married.
It's not as I know they get married, but it's still not as tasteful because you get the Austin Powers bit with like her covering her boobs with the melon. Or the more milk, that. Austin. Like, yeah.
But obviously, she's my number one.
Oh yeah,
because she's like the total package. She's good at her job. She's there for business. She's British. Like, she's badass. And she doesn't give in to him right away. Like, she holds him off. She doesn't fall to his charms like all the other women in the past have. But she organically warms up to him. Mm-hmm. And I like that. And I like just her development. And I love how she's the only Powers girl that, albeit brief, but she's in multiple movies. She carries over. None of the other ones do.
That's true.
It's for a fun, out-of-nowhere twist.
Well, hey, maybe Foxy Cleopatra will show up in Austin Powers 4, if there ever is one, which is in the works, I hear.
She might be too big now.
Whoa.
No, too big of a name.
I know.
Gal. Christian.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. I think Beyonce is way too big of a name now. I mean, once again, you have to write out... Well, it's the same thing with James Bond. And it's the same thing with Robert Langdon in the Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, those films. The Dan Brown films. We'll have to do those too.
Yeah, I think we
mentioned them a little bit in another episode, but
we did.
He's always got a female sidekick, and it's like almost a different. It's a different sidekick every story. It's the same thing with Bond, except he's an academic. He's not a spy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
Vanessa is the total package. She's beautiful, but she's like modest. She doesn't wear an outfit that's revealing. Like, she's there for business,
right.
And I like that. She's there for a purpose, not just to be
absolutely.
And that's for the time, that's quite progressive.
Conservative, yeah. Well,
so like for 1997.
Well, what I'm thinking about is her outfit is that all chrome outfit she has. She's got that nice like beehive or older style haircut.
Oh, beehive.
What am I doing? Yeah. But she's not showing really any skin there, is she? Mm-mm. I mean, maybe just a midriff, but it's relatively tasteful compared to the other Powers women. But yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you now. Thinking about the character base, not just the performance. I have to disagree with you on the performance, though. I think Beyonce was better.
Oh no, she was
Heather Graham.
She was.
Oh, okay.
But I was just her character overall.
Okay, gotcha.
Oops, I keep bumping the thing. You're probably going to have some sounds of my bumping.
Yep. Yeah, don't do that.
No.
How about don't do that?
How about no? All right. Now do we want to... Should I go into my awards?
Yeah, go into your awards.
And then we'll do the Findidalian score. Okay, so the end of the year awards. The franchise honors... We're starting a brand new award. The British Makeshift Headquarters Lifetime Achievement Award goes to, let me open my envelope here, Mr. Austin Danger Powers.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Take a bow.
He deserves it. He's been an established agent for literal decades. Several different decades, and he's versatile in the fact that he can go back and forth between them. He adapted to the 90s, he went back to the 60s, back to the 70s. He's really given it all to the British headquarters, and we thank him for his service. Next, we got the Clutch Performer of the Year award going to Mini-Me for his timely switch to the good side to give him that intel to get him in to Dr. Evil's lair and to help him out with what he knew, and I think he kind of helped Dr. Evil turn a little bit not just the fact that he was his brother, but seeing Mini-Me over there, it really helped bring him over to the good side, and it gave us another little mini. It gave us a mini Austin. It was cool how they swapped that over. It was very, very cool. The Sixth Man of the Year award, and this one's an obvious one. This is the best supporting. The first guy off the bench, the guy that's gonna just keep you moving when your starters need a rest. Basil but what's the word?
Exposition?
Basil Exposition. Exposition. That ruined the flow. But yeah, Sixth Man, Basil Exposition, always reminding the audience directly to just enjoy yourself. And the characters within the movie, too. He was our guide, essentially. There's not much more He told us everything we ever needed to know, as his name
provided
suggests.
the plot. Yeah, absolutely. He's like Charlie's Angels. What's his face?
Bosley.
Bosley. Yeah. Yep.
We got the Most Improved Player of the Year, and this one goes to a guy that really showed growth or shrinkage throughout the series, but grew. Although his size shrunk, his personality
I'm very confused
grew.
Right now.
The Most Improved Player, going from a bad, fat, worthless, disgusting villain for villain's sake, we get a big turnaround here. Fat bastard. He really turned his life around, and I think it deserves recognition, even though his neck looks like a vagina. But I just really love what they did, how he was like this bad guy, henchman, just bad for bad's sake. But then in the third one, he's still kind of a bad guy at first because he fights Austin, but not really. And then he has a quick turnaround. He's not so bad anymore. Like, he's turning his life around. He has a career as a sumo wrestler, and then he loses all the weight and goes to the premiere. And he's a supporter of Austin. I really like that.
I do like that.
So Most Improved, Fat Bastard, congratulations.
He becomes a sympathetic character.
He does.
With that.
He does.
I like that.
Now, the Coach of the Year goes to one of the guys behind the scenes. And in the past, I've picked exclusively the composers, the musical guys. And it was a very tough race here. It was going to go to whoever did the music, but I gotta give it. This is his brainchild. This came about from this gentleman's personal experience doing a character. This started as a character that his wife always liked him to do, just around the house. He started as a voice, and he made it into a whole franchise. Mr. Mike Myers.
Really?
He's a producer. He's a producer, and that's why he qualifies for this award. Because he's not just in the movie, he's a producer, and it's really, these are his projects. These are his vehicles. And man, do they drive smooth. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And now the big award of the night, ladies and gentlemen, the All London Shagadelic MVP Award goes to, drumroll please, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah.
Always bringing us that timely, tasteful, musical interlude, if you will. And just really bringing it home, tying everything together in a nice little bow and giving us a great performance. And he got shafted in the third one, but he does get his moment in the credits. So
he did, didn't he?
MVP of the year, Mr. Burt Bacharach. Thank you very much. And that concludes our awards ceremony. Until next franchise.
Everybody, please leave your aisles. No.
Yeah.
From the moment I heard Frau say I had a clone, I knew that I'd be safe because I'd never be alone. An evil doctor shouldn't speak aloud about his feelings. My hurt and my pain don't make me too appealing. I'd hope Scott would look up to me, run the business of the family. Had an evil empire just like his dear old dad. Give him my love and the things I never had. Scott would think I was a cool guy. Return the love I have, make me want to cry. Be evil, but have my feelings too. Changed my life with Oprah and Maya Angelou, but Scott rejected me. C'est la vie. Life is cruel, treats you unfairly. Even so, I God there must be. Mini-me, you complete me.
But now the real moment that y'all have all been waiting for ever since we brought it up in the very first episode. the final important necessary score.
Yeah.
And we're going to this'll put Austin among the ranks of our other franchises, and I don't think you're going to be surprised where it ends up.
I agree. I think they're not going to be. That came out weird.
Yeah, that's what she said.
It got weird, didn't it?
So Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Remember, this is out of 100. And the criteria for each individual one is just like where we think it ranks out of 100 on a quality level. And Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, I gave... These are all going to seem fairly low, but for comedies, these are pretty high up there. But Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, I gave a 78. It was very unique to its time, I think. It paved the way for these types of satire, parody type films, and it was one of the first ones that actually worked really well without trying too hard. And it just hit a lot of the right notes, and it set the stage for the next one. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, really upped its game with cinematography and overall production value. I gave that a 79, just one notch above. It had my favorite opening. It had my favorite opening sequence. I loved it. I love how it started with a twist. Just bang, she's a fembot. I love that it started with that. Like, it's just such a in-your-face way to start. And so memorable. It has the most quotable dialogue, I think, that I use in my everyday life. So The Spy Who Shagged Me, 79. And then bringing up the rear, Austin Powers, Gold Member. Still a worthy film. Not in the 60s. I gave it a 71. And I went back and forth. I really struggled with that one. Because I wanted to give it a 69 to be funny. And because it's, not perfect. But so I gave it a 71. I kept them in the 70s.
Okay. Oh, man.
Just some of it was a little bit more forced, the humor was. It didn't quite slap as hard as the other ones did for me.
Right, I got. It's almost like, I'll say this right now, actually. It's almost like the first one was your first bite of a really delicious piece of cake.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to the end of it, it's just a little too sweet. You know?
I like that.
It's still sweet, but it just isn't as effective. The sugar doesn't hit you as much. You know? You kind of get desensitized to the humor, the novelty of it.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess I'll do mine. You're going to be shocked.
I think I am.
'Cause I think you gave him your numbers in relative to like a comedy. Like the comedy genre.
Yeah.
I guess I just did cinema in general, but maybe I gave him too high a number. So, International Man of Mystery, 90.
Not really. Okay. You were I respect
I keep giving
your
all these
opinions,
numbers.
But I think you're too, because we got a lot of franchises.
I know. I'm
cover.
giving him too high.
No, well, that's why we average it out between the two of us, and we have other criteria, so that doesn't factor into the ranking. But that's all right.
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 So yeah, I put it down as a 9. I just was thinking about the newness of it. That was weird. But just just the humor. I mean, I've never. Was there any movie like this before it came out in '96?
Doctor Strangelove.
Okay, so it's following in that tradition, but Doctor Strangelove didn't come out. That came out in the 40s, didn't it?
Oh, it was a long time ago. But you said there wasn't anything before it that was like this, and that was the closest thing I can think of. I'm sure there's other ones that tried but weren't great. Well, there's a whole bunch of those satire films,
right?
Like Blazing Saddles and stuff. I don't know if those are similar, but
by Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Yeah, that's the only one I saw.
Spaceballs is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
interesting.
that's fair. But this movie kind of brought that kind of parody comedy genre back.
Yeah.
And it did it in a unique, hilarious way, I think. A lot focusing on that swinger culture of the 60s and 70s, like in the sexual freedom.
Yes.
That was, ran rampant those days. I like that they incorporated that. I mean, his hair pattern on his chest. I never noticed that until I rewatched them.
Nice touch. That's a really nice touch.
That's really funny. Just the puns, the in-jokes, the Basil exposition, random task, Dr. Evil, like just the on-the-noseness of it and being unabashed about it was funny and kind of new. I mean, outside of it was a feature-length SNL sketch, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
Exactly coming from Mike Myers. Not Michael Myers. But that's why I graded it so high. Just because it kind of launched this franchise in that kind of subgenre of comedy. At the time, it kind of reinvigorated it.
Right.
Much like X-Men kind of reinvigorated the superhero genre. In the early 2000s. But anyway, next, The Spy Who Shagged Me, I gave a 95, just because it was better than the first one. The production value was better. It looked better. The jokes were funnier. The characters developed better.
Wait, what did you give Spy Who Shagged Me?
95.
Oh, 90. Dude, you're going... Wow, you're just ranking them within the universe. You're not even comparing them to the other films we've done. Because I went real objective. Like, well, I can't put it higher than these.
Watch, next franchise you do, I'm going to give it all a 60.
I don't think you will.
I definitely won't. I definitely will not.
Maybe one of them.
I don't know. Perhaps I'll have to readjust these if we look back with a fourth movie. But anyways, I gave it a 95. The jokes were better. It was just better all around, in my opinion. And number 3, I gave it 85 to Austin Powers and Goldmember. 85. It's closer to your 70s.
My 71. It's only 14 less.
Yeah.
14 less. Yeah.
It's close. I mean, close.
Closer.
14,
closer than the other ones in the 90s.
Closer. I know. Man.
Oh, man. I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not gonna try to sway you. I was very
I've succeeded
surprised.
in making myself look like a freaking idiot.
No, you didn't.
No.
I still love you. You complete me. I love you. I love you. I'm doing the hand motion.
Hang in there, Mini-Me.
Oh, classic.
Somebody get the stick. Anyway,
bully.
but Austin Powers and Goldmember, 85. Like we talked about, the novelty kind of wore off.
A little bit.
The jokes were reused. They were stale.
It got weird, didn't it?
The sugar rush was starting to run out at this part. At this stage in the franchise. But it's still good. It's still funny. It still has those shining moments.
It does.
But that's why I gave it an 85.
Not bad. So there's our individuals that don't affect the rankings, but it's just something fun we like to do.
Yeah.
So now we'll do like the big criteria.
Oh yeah, this one I think you'll be just as shocked,
so.
but
You're gonna be really shocked with one of my numbers, I think.
Okay.
Because I'll explain myself, but I'll explain it.
Gotcha.
But why don't you start with emotional impact?
Okay.
And these are also on a scale of 1 to 100, and these are what we average. We take the total divided by 5. Emotional, story, character, visual, music, and then that gives the thing. And then we take each of our averages, add them together, divided by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will begin, I suppose.
Emotional impact.
Emotional impact. Put a little echo on that.
Yeah.
Reverb.
That's up to you.
Emotional impact. 95.
Wow.
95.
We're really far off with that one.
What?
You and I are really far off on this one.
Okay. Laughter is an emotion, Spencer.
Yes, it is.
Joy is an emotion which evokes laughter, and that is what I based my score on. Like, when I watch these films, I laugh my butt off. Like, even though the jokes are stupid and some of them are stale, I'm laughing my butt off during the whole movie. I mean, during Goldmember, I was like smiling during the whole opening segment with Britney Spears and Spielberg and all that. It was just it made me giddy. It made me happy.
I didn't think of it in those terms. Like, laughter and happiness is
like
emotion.
Emotional. Like, emotional doesn't always have to mean sad.
I know. Well, I didn't
and melancholy.
Do it that way, but just overall, like, I'll tell you. You go ahead.
I have a little bit of sadness in here mixed in, like for Austin in the first movie when Vanessa makes a comment about his teeth and he feels self-conscious. Yeah. When she says, "You're going to be a very lonely man in the 90s, Austin. Welcome to the 90s. You're going to be a very lonely man." And it shows that whole sequence of him like going to the bar and the people make fun of him because of what he's wearing and he's doing the peace sign. They're like, "Oh, peace, huh?"
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
I get you.
Because he was a man out of time. He wasn't in that culture. In Fat Bastard too. I felt bad. There's a little bit of sadness for him and his sob stories are a little bit of comedy, but you do feel bad a little bit. I feel for him. You like the character at the end because, he did do his weight loss program. He
has a neck vagina, yeah.
He has
changed his whole demeanor. He's a good guy now.
He's a good guy and he's acting like one of Austin's old buddies, like an old bully from school,
Yeah.
Who you catch up with later in life. Yeah. And it's like, "Hey, Christian, how are you doing?"
Oh, you mean since you tried to kill me? Great.
Or, "Yeah, you used to be a jerk in high school, but now you're really nice." Like that sort of thing. People grow up, they change. That's how I felt about him at the end. Like he's just sitting there enjoying the movie, having his popcorn and his drink. He's like, "Hey, Austin."
Yeah, that is, yeah. That's why he got the most improved player of the year.
Yeah. Deservedly so. That's what I gave it a 95, emotional impact.
So now moving on.
Yep.
Well, you're going to be real surprised. And the reason it's this number is because I wasn't taking into account really like the laughter. I mean, yeah, I loved them all and these are from my childhood. And this doesn't speak to the quality of the films. But just when I think emotional impact, like when I'm watching it, how does it make me feel? Does it make me feel something? And they did. It made me feel entertained. Like it was entertainment value, not emotional value. So my emotional impact, 30.
Oh my, whoa. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my golly, Miss Molly. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's a 65-point difference there, Boomer.
Yeah, that's an outlier. Those are going to skew them. But I won't explain it further. I already did.
Okay.
Didn't hit me hard. It was funny and laughter. And that's the only emotion I really got from it.
It didn't pull you on your heartstrings.
Nah. I mean, a few times, but not enough to put it up.
It's stranger vocal cords, though, laughing.
Yeah, it did. I was real objective with that, I guess.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm digging it.
Storytelling.
And now I'll do this one first. You do that one.
Yeah,
you do the next one.
Go for it, dude.
This one I did kind of for a joke with this number, but also it's where I really feel it is. But I gave it a 69 because these stories, like the first one is a unique thing, kind of this comedic look at these spy thrillers. Then the other ones were just kind of formulaic. It didn't, again, when I think of storytelling, I think how captivating is it? But it's something, if you're not paying attention, you're still going to get it. Mm-hmm. And it's still good. 69 is a respectable number. That's a respectable number. It tells a story pretty well, but sometimes it just goes a little over the top with how
there's
it's
a number.
doing it.
There's a story behind the number 69 as well. But
yeah, sex. We leave nothing to the imagination.
No, I get you. I hear you. It's funny. The 69 is funny. I like that.
And I imagine yours is going to be a 105.
Yeah. Are you done? Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of cut into you there.
No, go ahead. I was done.
All right. I gave it an 80.
Oh! That's low. That's really low.
Okay.
No, so kidding.
In terms of story, it's really low for me.
Yeah, for you it is.
Storytelling. So the whole premise of the stories of these films are just, what does Basil say? Just enjoy yourself. Like, you don't pay too much attention to it. It doesn't tie in like perfectly every single time. The premises are just silly. They're absurd. Absurdity is the key word there. It's almost like it's theater of the absurd, really. I mean, the comedy is just absurd humor, really. Nobody acts like this in real life. It's a parody.
No, yes. They're all caricatures.
But in the world of the movie, the things that happen make sense.
Yeah.
Given the rules the film sets for itself, like going fourth wall breaking, Basil exposition, like the naming conventions.
Yes.
Like everything in this movie practically is normal to everybody in it. Like we think it's absurd and that's why we think it's funny, but it's all normal to them.
Right, like Random Task and Fat Bastard. That's never a question like, well, how'd you get that name? It's just, oh, that's their name.
That's their name, yeah. The comedy doesn't need to make sense given those rules.
You know, it's funny. The only names that are actually like double taked on kind of are a lot of vagina and Ivana Humpalax. What was it like? And Fook Me, Fook You. But all the women's
Excuse
names.
me. Ivana
Fat Bastards is normal. Random Task is normal. Number 2 is normal. Number 3 is normal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you throw in Ivana Humpalax, it's like, whoa, wait, what? Come again? Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want a toilet made of solid gold, but that's just not in the cards right now, is it? But, yeah. The whole thing, the storytelling within the world of the movie, the story makes sense given the rules of the film. That's why I gave it that rating. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to us, but it doesn't have to. That's the point. Suspend your disbelief. Ourselves. Just enjoy yourself. Exactly. So, yeah, 80. That's me.
All right. So, moving on to...
Characters.
Character, dude.
Joel, I'm not mocking you when I do that.
Me neither, but maybe I am. You'll never know.
Characters. Okay, 85.
We're kind of on par there.
Okay, 85. Austin and Dr. Evil are, of course, the highlights of these films.
Super fun.
And like I said in the last episode, they're kind of inversions of themselves as they go on. Like Austin starts off very flamboyant, very like, yeah, baby, yeah, like, out of there talking to everybody, you know, pointing fingers like, hey, I know you. Like,
yeah.
And he goes from that to being really kind of reserved in Goldmember, where Dr. Evil goes through the exact opposite.
Right, like but Dr. still Evil, always over the top.
Still always over the top, but just very more cold and like calm. Like when he gives his whole soliloquy and like, my father was a Belgian, owned a Belgian whatever.
Boulangerie owner. He's more like sinister, or he tries to be more sinister, like darker.
Right, in the earlier films. But then by the third one, he's just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just gonna I'm gonna put on my trucker's hat and do trucker radio talk. I'm gonna be dancing to Sinatra.
And you know what? I'm gonna do a gangsta rap.
I'm gonna do a gangsta rap in prison.
Yeah. And in the yard.
I'm just gonna be happy-go-lucky the whole time, which is what you see in the third movie. Another thing I noticed about him in the third, you know what? This is kind of going into why I felt something was off about him. He's too clean.
What do you mean?
In the submarine, like you look at him in his costume and his makeup from International Man of Mystery compared to Goldmember, it's too good. Oh. The makeup is too good.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
In a totally appropriate way, I feel you.
Right. Whoa. I'll feel you. But yeah, there's a bunch of sibling connections too that I saw, and not even that, but the who throws a shoe, honestly, who throws a cupcake, honestly, like that's hinting way back Ring Theory.
Ring Theory, take a shot, everybody. Yeah. Bling.
All the way back to the first movie. I like that. They were clever in that way, and they did that one more time in this movie too with another joke.
Yeah, the parents, Belgians.
Not even the Belgian parents, but the cabbage.
Oh yeah, your little that yes. So characters.
Yeah, the caricature, Austin and Dr. Evil, of course. And then just to go through each character has an arc. Austin has his arc. Scotty has his arc. Absolutely. Fat Bastard has an arc. Mini-Me, does he have an arc? Kinda.
A 2-story or a 2-movie arc, yeah.
Dr. Evil kind of has an arc, but it's really abrupt. It's really abrupt, though.
Yeah, that's all right. I forgive it.
Like, he just accepts his name as Dougie.
Right. I'm Dougie!
Yeah. All the characters by Goldmember become a caricature of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
A shell of themselves. No, I wouldn't say a shell, but a character of
like,
themselves.
there's certain characteristics that each character has, and all of a sudden, those characters become defined by those characteristics. Kind of like in SpongeBob. Oh, every episode, like the newer episodes of SpongeBob from the past few years, Mr. Krabs is a greedy crab. He loves money. So it becomes a stereotype where we have to have a joke about money every time.
See, I don't watch
You know what I mean?
SpongeBob
Or Sandy
yeah.
Cheeks used to be a squirrel that lives underwater. That's the funny, partly why it's funny, but she's also a scientist. Now, in the newer episodes, she's always shown as a scientist. Like, if the characteristics they have become their defining traits.
Fun.
And it kind of
overtakes.
overtakes.
It's always fun to see the changes that characters make over time. And some of them you start to like them more. Like, they're... Like, you don't even realize, but you'll look back on an old episode of, like, something, and you're like, wow, they used to be really different and not really likable. Like, two real good examples. I'm sure a lot of shows do this, but, in Family Guy, Stewie Griffin goes from just this maniacal, crazy, like, psycho British baby that just wants to kill his mom and take over the world to more of a real...
A nuanced character.
Like, he's not... He doesn't hate his parents anymore. He's just, I'm building time machines and just hanging out with Brian and more.
Yeah.
Not as over the top.
What I took 5 miles to say is the opposite of what you just said.
Okay.
Where the characters kind of started out. Yeah, they did it backwards. They started out more nuanced, almost, in some cases. In Austin's case, that's not the case. But they did the reverse, where Dr. Evil just turned into a caricature of... It's almost like Jack Sparrow.
Oh,
like Jack Sparrow
that's a
started
good example.
Out. Yeah, Jack Sparrow started out as this very suave pirate man, you know.
And then he just becomes.
And then he just turns into a big old goofball.
Well, same thing with Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumber 2. I mean, they were over the top, but they just went way over.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
They kind of got, another show that does that. They did it really well. If you watch. And this happens in shows just because for when you're starting, you don't really know who these characters are yet. But in The Office, like if you look at a character like Kelly Kapoor, she barely gets screen time or any lines in seasons 1 and part of season 2. And when she does, it's kind of this serious. But then she just goes full
Valley Girl,
gossip Valley Girl, and then Kevin starts as more like a normal guy, and then in season 4, just randomly, like his voice changes, and he becomes more of like a character, but it's for the better. They do this for the better, and just all the relationships that develop, obviously. But there's our Office tidbit for you.
There we go. Yeah, that's about it for characters for me.
Yeah,
that's
and
85.
I'm on
85.
par, and pretty much everything you just said. I'm not even going to go any further. I'm just going to give you my score because we talked about it. But I gave him an 80. An 80, very respectable.
That's good.
Yeah, for all the reasons that we talked about. So now, visual style. This is a film, this franchise. They're not going for let's make this look pretty. And comedies generally don't. It's not going for artistry. Or mood lighting, except when they're in space and Spy Who Shagged Me, which that's the only reason this one's so high. But just because I love the colors and the dance sequences and, that's all part of visual style too, not just how it's shot, but, and like the visual gags and stuff. So I gave it, and this is kind of low, but it's because it's weighted heavily by cinematography as a whole. But I gave it a 67, right where International Man of Mystery started in 1967. Okay. So I gave it a 67 there. I think it's artistic enough.
Okay. I can dig that. I can see where you're coming from.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, get ready for mine, man.
Oh, I can't wait. 106.
Visual style.
90.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so let's dig into it.
You're a colors guy.
Don't want to spend. I am a colors guy, and I just, you get the character, the stereotypical Dr. Evil lair. Everything's gray. It's very Empire-esque, and then you get into his volcano lair and stereotypical steel. Gray, chrome, all that.
Yes.
Like everything's chrome for evil. You get magma, liquid hot magma.
Magma.
And I wrote down Bowser's Castle.
I see it.
Is what I'm getting. I mean, you do see spikes and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah.
But I love the 60s. I like the 60s flower power stuff.
Oh,
it gives it gives the film a distinctive, like, obviously, I think the thing I like about it is it's the exaggeration of the 60s flower power. It looks like a one giant, well, not the whole movie, but certain segments look like a giant, what is it? Soul Train music video or something. Not Soul Train, but like an old hippie band, like on stage with the rainbow
like
lighting.
Woodstock or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like somebody took a paintbrush and just threw it in a dryer and opened the dryer midway through the sequence and just say, let's see what happens, baby. Yeah.
It's like those music videos where, they got long bowl cuts, blaying their V-necks go down to their belly button, with their bell bottoms, all that.
The camera's doing that. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
Oh, basically the psychedelic transitions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which, okay,
Groovy.
bad note here. Those aren't in Goldmember at all.
No. It's such a different
I didn't even notice, to be
atmosphere.
honest, but now that I know that I didn't notice, I don't like it at all. That was like an Austin Powers thing.
It was a staple.
Yeah, and it's not in there. But anyway.
They wouldn't really fit the tone, I guess.
No, but it's a tradition. Like the wipe in Star Wars. Like the wipe transitions.
It should have been in there, I'm saying, but...
Yeah. 60s flower power, that thing. I like Goldmember's pad, that's cool. The visual style of the opening sequences, the visual humor is definitely part of the visual style.
Yeah, lots of penises and boobs.
Yep. And that's a huge part of the humor for these films, is the the sexual innuendo and the humor and the pantomiming and all that. That's huge, and that's all part of the visual style, especially in the opening sequences, which are well choreographed.
Yes, they are.
And the visuals, like we've talked about, they improve with each film.
Yes, they
with bigger
do.
budgets and bigger stakes and all that, but perhaps to its detriment in Goldmember. Perhaps it looks too good.
It's like the Toy Story 4. They just took too much of a good thing.
It got too good for their skivvies.
Yeah.
Too big for their skivvies. So 90 for visual
Not
style.
bad.
Music.
Burt Bacharach, Elvis Costello.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it an 89.
We are very close on this one.
Good. I'm good.
I'm
good
just going to tell you,
I'm
and then
good.
we can discuss it. I gave it an
Yes.
88. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
okay,
very
let's
close.
open discussion here. So let me just list.
Just the...
Exactly.
I mean, that's so
That's so
recognizable.
iconic. Yes.
I mean, I love that. And
yes,
the over-the-top,
Quincy Jones.
cheesy, satirical, like songs, like the spy, like the James Bond sounding music for
the
for Dr.
Evil.
Evil. Yeah, that and the da da da
Yeah.
da da da. All of those.
George S. Clinton is
And they
the
overuse them
composer.
on purpose because they're great. They're the
Yes.
strongest parts consistently with all of these films, I think.
Then why? I can't believe I gave it an 89 then.
I know, that's weird.
To my personal scale.
That's like
it
a
should be
200, I thought.
No, but George S. Clinton's score I really like because of the wow.
The what?
The what? I like that.
$1 billion.
Yeah, that's one of the most. It's a comedic coda.
Well, yeah, and even like the in-universe stuff they do, like with the Burt Bacharach, how they have those songs in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then Dr. Evil's raps and his songs and Austin Powers' songs and the Goldmember
Ming
song.
T, yep. His
They're all
grunge 90s
good.
band.
They're
Yeah.
all really good.
Yeah,
And they fit the feel of all of the
Yeah.
and even like the music at the beginning of The Spy Who Shagged Me when they're doing the Star Wars crawl thing, but that music under that, like that sinister, darker, but still comedic sounding parody. It's great.
Sinister noir sounding.
Yeah, that noir 007.
Well, even the da-da-da and the jazzy aspects of the score, it sounds very noirish, spy thriller-esque. But it's almost the music's a parody of your traditional spy movie
It is.
music.
That's what I love about it, because you can tell.
Like even
It's
with Austin
recognizable.
Pussy. Yeah. Austin Pussy, the music, the theme for Austin Pussy in Goldmember is like very, very James Bond. Almost a complete ripoff, but it's not. It's different structure. But Soul Bossa Nova and Quincy Jones, the parody raps, Ming T. Did you hear BBC? His song BBC?
Who?
Austin Powers and Ming T, his band. The song BBC. Look it up after this.
Okay.
It's another song that his band that sang "Daddy Wasn't There." It's another one of their songs, except it's very 60s, 70s rock sounding.
Gotcha.
Instead of 90s rock. And we cannot even get to this section without saying Beyonce. I mean,
Queen Bee, baby.
Queen Bee. I love the song "Hey Goldmember." I like it a lot in this film. I
it was
really
good.
like it.
It was just too long.
It's got a funky, foxy beat.
Oh, and hey, the unsung hero of the whole thing in Spy Who Shagged Me, remember? Bam, 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 I've been really trying, baby.
Oh, yes, all the licensed
Try to
music.
hold back this feeling for so long. And if
I
you
have-
feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, Christian,
Yes.
come on, let's get
Okay.
it on.
Does Krista know about this?
Oh, baby, let's get it on. Podcast, let's get it on. Sequels, I love them all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right?
I thought you were going into. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No.
Oh, I shoulda. Man.
Anyways,
Groovy,
licensed music. What you just did. The music was good in the first one, but they really, really bigger budget. Hello, were able to afford those better.
Hello. Oh,
Those
sick
songs.
as a dog.
Sick as a dog.
Honorable
now.
mention, best part right there. Okay.
Like The Who, they got music from The Who, American Woman,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Madonna,
And they all
Beautiful
fit.
Stranger. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Marvin Gaye. Like you
Get
just
it
saying,
on.
I think. That was
Oh,
Marvin Gaye, correct?
Yes, it was. Marvin
Okay.
Gaye.
But yeah,
One for
I
me
mean,
and
it
one
kind of
for my
gets
homies.
turned down in Goldmember,
Yeah,
the
a lot of
music,
stuff
the
does.
licensed music. But oh, a lot of stuff does. Okay.
What?
I did.
What did you just do?
I was mocking you.
What did you?
I did what you
just
did
say? What
with
did
the
I do?
dyad. No.
That's
No.
good. Oh yeah. Oh, anyway, so
Anyways,
You're-
yeah, I gave it an 89, but you gave it an 88.
88,
you said?
yes.
Okay.
So that brought my Fin score based on that criteria to a solid 67 for the franchise.
Okay, and that was dividing it and all that.
Yep, that was what the criteria that we just talked about.
Yep.
Yep.
I gotta add it and divide it real quick. I didn't do that step.
Oh, come on.
So we got 95 plus 80 plus 85
Good job.
plus 90. Thank you. Plus 89 equals. And then divide it by 5.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
87.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not right.
So 154 divided by 2 brings this total it's still where it rightfully should be.
Okay, good.
It gives it 77.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair too. See, my low numbers mixed with your really high numbers evened each other out kind of and put it right where it needs to be.
There we go.
And
so I don't need to change a damn thing.
No, you don't.
No.
You do not, sir. And that brings us just as a quick update. I know this is only our third film, but our current standings... our third franchise. Thank you very much. That brings the current rankings to... imagine when we get really going and we have 100 films. Anyway, number 3, Austin Powers at 77. Number 2, fair. Star Wars at 85. And number 1, Toy Story with a 90. And I think that's fair for all of those.
I agree. I think so.
Fair.
Again, Star Wars, personally, it's much higher, but logically, given the mathematical analysis, I can see that.
Yeah. So about where it needs to be. Yeah. Now, Christian, I wrote something, and I practiced it a little bit. It's not a parody. I found a freestyle rap beat, and I wanted to... I'm really pushing this career. Because no offense to where I'm from, Ionia, but they're kind of known for these people, these people that after high school you're either a rapper or you do MMA. I guess I'm the rapper. I'm one of the rappers.
Little county of Ionia.
Little town of Ionia. You're either a rapper or an MMA fighter, baby, and guess which one I am? Let me just give you a hint. I hate getting hit in the face. I'm a stripper. So, I'm going to try it, but I'm kind of scared. I almost don't want to do it in front of you because I'll mess up. But if you want to hear it, I guess I will. It's up to you.
Let's do it.
I don't know if I want to.
Just enjoy yourself.
I'm going to try. I have this. You know what? This is my sample that I send into the studio. This is my mixtape, if you will.
Okay. This is your demo.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the music. It's my demo. That's the word I'm using. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh man, I'm nervous.
Let's hear it. I'm excited.
I don't want to. It's much better than my attempt with Toy Story that never aired, and that's okay with me. That was my first attempt, and
that'll be a Patreon exclusive.
Well. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless you give me $100, just me. So $200 tier.
No, you got to do the $100.
$100, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Let's hear it. Let's go.
Yo, Christian, are you recording? Okay, good. Make sure you really are. Double check to make sure you're not recording out of, the computer mic. Because I'm about to drop something. I didn't come from the streets, but, I've been on them. I used to walk on streets sometimes. Let me tell you about a story that goes down in history. Austin Powers International, man of mystery. He and Agent Kensington were already on the go. They had to catch a madman known as Dr. Evil. When they finally caught him, he was already half frozen. Everybody thought he was gone, but he launched in space in orbit. Not in 1997, Dr. Evil has returned. Austin Powers froze himself so he would be preserved. We meet number 2, random task and patio. Doctor brings back Crow, Mustafa had to go. Dr. Evil's probe is set so all the Earth will soon be dead. Austin meets some pen bots and he blows up all their heads. Just in time the plan is cancelled, the world just gotta win. Dr. Evil flees to space and big boys soon will meet again. Austin and Vanessa finally get the hump. A random task is taken out with a penis pump. Last time we left Austin, he was shacking quite a lot, but his lovely bride Vanessa turned out to be a fembot. Austin gets his mojo taken, that sets him on a course. That bastard Dr. Evil, mini-me have no remorse. Number 2 is back but younger, we're in 1969. Dr. Evil has a time machine that seems to be benign. Upon arrival to the past, the plan is set in motion. A laser on the moon will turn the Earth into an ocean. Austin beats mini-me, then says saves Felicity, double the powers, turns out to be super key. Evil goes back to spaceship, is now penis shape and notice the aim, but he always seems to escape. Testicles, spectacles, well they did watch. Catmaster shows up, gets kicked in the crotch. Final tale from Austin is one we will remember, cause Austin Powers fights the Dutch in one we call Member. Back in time we travel once again to 1975. Austin talks with Foxy, tries to get in her beehive. Dr. Evil sits in prison, starts a riot to break out. He and Mini-Me are back together, time to take a different route. He turns to evil, finally gets his dad's respect. Nigel flips the script and says he's Dr. Evil's dad. Dougie, Nigel, Austin, and even Mini-Me all take down Member, and Foxy gets to see. With one more twist, so hold up, this film is off the rails. Member is Travolta, and Scott Evil prevails. Yeah, this has been a Sequel Men recap rap production. Like us on Facebook and shit. I'm out, I guess. Okay, fade it out. Fade the music out. Thank you. So, there it is.
Dang, dude.
There's a part...
You are really good at rapping, though. You're far better than I am.
Well, thank you.
I couldn't do that. Unless
I got off the path.
How long did it take you to do that?
Like 2 hours.
That's really good, dude.
It'll be better when I send you the...
all yourself?
Yeah, I did.
That's actually really impressive.
Thank you very much.
Singing ability aside. Like,
There's
not saying
a part in the middle that I went off. I said it wrong. Like, I wrote it to a certain beat, like, pattern, rhyming scheme. But I didn't do it right. It was going to be more impressive because I was going to go faster. But
okay,
I'll work out the kinks when I send you the file.
Okay, dude. No, seriously, being sincere right now, that's really impressive how you can write all that down.
Well, I appreciate that. Maybe I found a niche. Maybe I'm a good writer, not a good rapper.
Well, you're good at writing rap. You're not bad at singing.
Oh, you know what? I got the part. I'll send it to you though. It's going to be much more impressive. The part where I talk about Austin Powers beating Mini-Me and then saving Felicity and double.
Okay.
Yeah. Dang it. I'm really mad because right before the show I was doing that and I nailed it every time.
That's okay.
But then I got off track.
That's okay.
Cut all this critique out though.
Right.
And just put how you really liked it. Make me sound better.
No, I'm serious though. You listen to a lot of rap. I don't.
I do.
That's why I couldn't do it.
I might try a different.
Maybe I could sing a ballad version.
You should.
Or a pop rock song, or maybe we can sing a song together.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
No, like like harmonizing.
Oh no, yeah,
like
right.
Queen or something like that.
Oh yeah, we should. We should do that for.
Or Def Leppard or something.
Like a bit, or like Blink 182.
Yeah.
Or Backstreet Boys.
Austin's mom has got it.
She's all I wanted, I've waited for so long. I'll do the high stuff.
Okay. What do we have? What do you have left after this? We got any final parting?
Briefly talk about if Austin Powers 4 ever comes out. We won't get too much into it, but
No. Austin Powers 4. What do you want to see? What do you hope to see? What do you think we're going to see?
Well, if it ever happens, what I hope... Hold on, let me itch my nose. It's really itchy. I washed my hands. What I hope is they don't try too hard. They've already... Number 3, like, kind of is a good way to end it. Like, I don't know if I want a number 4 and get a situation like Toy Story 4. Because it ended as perfectly as it could with number 3. We get the background. It ends with them, Austin Powers and Dr. Evil being brothers and being a family.
Let me rephrase that. I agree with you. Whether or not you're right is subjective. I don't know if I agree with that, but I like it. It does kind of wrap it up nicely because it is the final movie in the trilogy. You know, it feels like we said, that band getting back together movie. Like, oh, the best of Austin Powers. Here's that funny joke. Here's that other funny joke. Yeah. Oh,
let's throw in some celebrity cameos. Let's do a big budget thing.
Right.
I would hope for continuity-wise, they would keep Scott evil as
absolutely.
the next. But just even how they ended that, it ended not really open-ended, but it did. Like, they're setting it up, but they're setting it up for the sake of setting it up, just to show, hey, here's, we're leaving it at this.
I didn't see at the end of the credits Austin Powers will return, or Scotty will return. I mean, he's part of the MCU. No,
I'd like to see Mike Myers play another character, obviously.
A new villain,
Yeah, and he would. I mean, we know he would.
Well, I read this, that he said in an interview, and this was probably a long time ago, that Fat Bastard would be in it, and he would have relapsed and turned into Fat Bastard again.
See, I wouldn't like that. I don't know. Either him to not be in it, or for him to be kind of just like a regular good dude.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do to further the plot. Just kind of hangs out or something.
Or maybe he could work with them. Maybe they could film like a new institution. Like the League of Heroes or League of Spies or something. Kind of like Despicable Me.
Avengers.
The Avengers of... You'll have Fat Bastard, or what do you want to call him now?
Thin Bastard.
Thin Bastard.
Just Bastard.
Thin Nice Man.
Just that's Bastard.
Bastard. I like that even more. Fat Bastard. No, it's just Bastard now.
Yeah.
But
I dropped the fat. It's just Bastard.
I like the idea of, okay, listen to me on this. If they do an Austin Powers 4, have it take place present day, like today, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And they go back to either the 90s or the 80s via time travel. And when they do that, they can do like the whole Back to the Future bit and have a cameo with Christopher Lloyd. Because they'll be going back to the 80s.
But I wouldn't want to see them do time travel again, because they did that in literally every one of them.
I know.
I think they'd have to move away from it.
It would kind of be a nice addition to the time travel trope of Austin Powers.
Okay, I think you just said this. You said 80s or 90s, right?
Yeah.
See, we've seen these movies take place in the 90s. We've seen them in the early 2000s. We've seen them in the 70s. And we've seen them in the 60s. So it'd have to be in the 80s.
Yep.
What if, oh my gosh, what if they did the Toy Story 4 thing and he went to find Felicity?
Oh, no. That would be...
What would be cool is if there was like a scene where at various points in time you see all three of the Powers women have a scene together or something.
That would be cool. They'd be like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, well, maybe not like necessarily working together and knowing each other, but just
I think that would be kind of cool.
Where they all meet and be like, who are you? Oh, I'm Austin's, well, I'm his wife right now. Well, what? I'm with him and you're...
Who are you? I'm Foxy Cleopatra. Like they have a feud. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Dr. Evil comes in and goes, yeah, I'm single.
Yeah.
But
he'd have to, he'd get one of them. Vanessa, because she's a fembot.
I would like Mike Myers to have a new role as a new character, a new villain like Goldmember and Fat Bastard alongside Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of fun.
Austin Powers 4, Scottfall.
Austin Powers in Scottfall. And
I
I finally realized why it was called Goldmember.
Because his member was gold.
Member is a slang for, junk. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Duh.
It'd have to be a play on, well, I mean, Scottfall is, but that's not a very good one. It'd have to be one of the older ones, like a longer one, like...
Scottino Royale?
Ooh, that's not bad.
No. Scottino?
It's kind of
Tostito?
They already did a casino thing. They could do... Die Another Way.
Oh.
And it just shows Austin Powers go back in time and he has to, his other selves die or he has to prevent them.
Ooh.
There's got to be another way.
What if he gets stuck in a time loop? Kind of like that show on Netflix.
What show?
I don't know what it's called, but it's about this woman who it's kind of like Groundhog Day, where she gets stuck and she's reliving the same day over and over and over again. Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It could be like that with Austin.
Well, there's another movie like that. Have you ever seen Happy Death Day?
No.
It's kind of like a horror comedy. It's not scary, really. It's just like a serial killer. But she gets stuck in the same day over and over, and it's the day, like, she dies. Like, a serial killer kills her, and she has to figure out who it is and stop it. Because every time she dies,
that could be interesting for Austin.
Next day over again. It could
be. But
comedic. That's been done. I don't know.
Well,
they could do. I don't know.
We didn't brainstorm this ahead of time.
Who knows if they'll come out with another one? But
no, I mean, with Vern Troyer missing, I know Mike said that it would be kind of difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Now that he's not with us anymore, but rest his soul.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to be recasted, though.
See, I think I'd be okay with it. With that other guy I was
really
talking about in the last
though.
episode.
Because it would pull you right out of the movie. I mean, I don't know how
they did it with
in depth you get into
Dumbledore.
the movie. They had to.
Yeah, he's a
You
kid.
can't
well,
write
they have to with
Dumbledore
him.
out.
You can't write Mini-Me out. He just switched sides.
Okay, well, here's the difference. Harry Potter already existed as a book series where Dumbledore was present in the further books.
Touché.
Mini-Me does. There's no books or material to work off of.
Touché, I said.
Okay. Didn't get the memo.
Yeah. No, I'm looking around my little studio here, though. And it's starting to kind of really give me the heebs-jeebs because there's a lot of, like, cobwebs and spider webs around.
Wow.
And
I think it's time for a little cleaning.
Well, yeah, here's the thing.
That place better be spotless when I come back.
No, I'll work on it, but the spider webs specifically are weird because, like, they're really. Have you ever seen the movie Charlotte's Web? How she puts little messages in there. Some of it's like they're trying to spell stuff. I don't know. It's weird. Like they're up in the corner right here. Like this one, I've never seen this spider before, but it's like red and blue. It's interesting. It's weird. I've never seen it before. And like there's one in the corner over here that it's like black but weird. It moves all shifty and I don't know.
I can imagine that would be creepy.
It would be creepy. And like at night, like when I turn the lights
alone.
off. Well, and the one turns the lights off and it glows. It got close to biting me once, but I was like, I'm not doing that. I've seen arachnophobia. I ain't effing with that. But
hopefully, if we ever do get to see Austin Powers 4, it doesn't creep you out as much as that cobweb.
No, dude, hold up. I'm getting a. Do you see this?
Did I see
it's
what?
There's a breaking news clip from this.
Oh.
It's hold
this
on.
This must be new.
Yeah, I think it's
breaking news. Duh.
It's from a online web. Oh, it used to be a newspaper. It looks like, but it's not around anymore. All right, I just sent it to you. Here, watch it. Well,
okay.
Here, we'll watch it together. Hold up.
Okay, hold on. You got it synced?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hit play. 3, 2, 1.
Now.
As the pandemic continues to ravage the nation, we now go to dailybugle.net with a special news bulletin.
If you have a chair, you may want to sit down, folks. New evidence suggests that the pandemic wasn't caused by a flying fox, but by a household pest. No, I'm not talking about your children. Spider-Man. This webhead helps himself to our clean air and contaminates it by spreading his virus wherever he swings. That little old lady he helps cross the street could be your grandma, and he's putting her on her deathbed just by being outside. Let me tell you something. Spider-Man is far from essential. He's a menace. The people aren't going to stand for it anymore. Help me end his tyrannical reign and plaster his face all over the media, and I'll make him infamous. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, I like it.
That's a hot hole.
I mean, he's kind of an ass, but
he is. But he might be right though. What is this? This spider guy? What? Calling himself Spider-Man.
Guy with 8 hands. Sounds hot.
Spider-Man. Oh man! I hope do you think he could do flips?
I think he can do more than flips.
Wait a minute, dude. Do you know what this means?
I know what it means. I'm getting the message.
It's coming together. That must mean our next franchise is about Is this
Spider-Man.
Is it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man,
Are we doing it?
I think so, but Spencer, which Spider-Man are we doing?
Oh, right, because there's the MCU ones. There's the Andrew Garfield ones, all worthy. But I think,
I think we better start where it started.
Well, if we did that, we'd have to go back to like the 60s.
Not the 60s. Let's go back to where a guy named Sam Raimi.
Oh, Sammy Ray.
Decided to do his own adaptation with Sony's help and Columbia Pictures' help.
And Tobey Maguire's help.
Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, Willem Dafoe, hello. You might remember this movie, Spider-Man.
So it's decided. Our next franchise, because we gotta uncover that. We gotta see what this thing's all about that news article we just heard was. Like, he can't be that bad as that guy's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Old Jay Jonah, you gotta watch out for him.
Jay Jonah and his buzz cut.
Jeepers. I bet he's gonna be bald someday. I don't know. Guy with that good of hair, he's gotta be. But that's...
I think so, too.
So there you have it, folks. This has been... Thank you for listening to Austin Powers.
Yes.
And as we say goodbye to one, we say hello to another.
Yep.
And we're slinging webs. Our spidey senses are tingling with the Sam Raimi classic.
I don't know about your spider sense, but my Peter tingle is off the charts.
That's not invented yet. But we're taking you to Manhattan. I saw all three of them in theaters, and I remember going to all of them in theaters. I remember one of them was real kind of special because it was a summer. My sister was in labor, or not in labor, but she had to be in the hospital for an extended amount of time because she was pregnant with my nephew who was premature. So she had to be in the hospital for like this. Maybe I'm way off, but it was the whole summer. So I stayed with my brother-in-law and my niece and other nephew who are older, pretty much exclusively with them for the summer. And what I did, I helped out around the house, like did house projects with him. And as payment, I say that with quotes, he would take me to see a movie. Mm-hmm. So even like a couple times a week, we'd take me to see a movie. And one of the movies that we went and saw was Spider-Man. I can't remember if it was Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2. What year did Spider-Man 2 come out?
Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004, I believe.
Okay, and...
Spider-Man 3 was 2007, I remember that.
Yes. So, my nephew was born in 2000... I should know this. Okay. He was born in 2002. So, it was the first Spider-Man. And it was just like this amazing. I remember it because it was cool because he and I like bonded over the house projects, and it was just him and I. Like, my niece and nephews didn't go. It was just him and I. He would take me to a movie, and that would be our thing. And I remember it was always Celebration Cinema North, and that was like the big one at the time. You know, it had the IMAX, and I would always get Muddy Bears. That was my snack. I'd get Muddy Bears. They were gummy bears that were covered in chocolate, and they were delicious. But those were fun memories, just bonding with my brother-in-law, who they later ended up being my legal guardians, and I lived with them like permanently all through middle school and high school. So that was cool, making memories.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Like, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even being sarcastic. Like,
dude, okay, listen to me. He's older than I am, but I know his family. I knew him just by association with the town of Ionia. Just a real good dude. Tim Belize. You don't know him, obviously, but the Belize's are great people. But Tim, he graduated a bunch of years before I was in high school, but he was like a real like top top-notch athlete and just like a good dude, like a good role model. And he's like a volleyball coach in college now. But he just messaged me, and I don't think I've ever personally talked to him to his face, but he messaged me on Facebook and said, listening to the podcast for the first time, loving it, man. So that's awesome. So Tim Belize, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thanks for reaching out. It's awesome.
Did you just receive that?
Yeah, like literally.
That's
just now.
awesome.
I read it right after I finished telling my story, that popped up, and that's
all right.
So very, very
That's cool. Well, Tim, if you like what you're hearing, we got about, with this one, 19 episodes, 18 for you to listen to and enjoy. So we're glad to hear you tuning in and listening.
But anyway, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't really have a super
no deep connection
story, but I loved Spider-Man when I was a kid. I loved the movie. I loved the video game. My cousin Jeffrey, he lived in Tennessee at the time, and he would come, him and his family, my Uncle Scott and Aunt Karen, cousins Katie and Jeffrey, would come up once every now and again. And one time he brought his Xbox, and one of the games that he had was Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man from Treyarch on the Xbox. And I remember vividly, it was the part when you're fighting Vulture and you're climbing the stairway that's on fire. Have you ever played that game?
No, I have not.
The original Spider-Man.
Not that I'm aware of.
Anyway, I just remember watching my cousin playing that, and I wanted to play it so badly myself, but I never had an Xbox. And I guess I didn't understand or think that you could get it on any other system at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one vivid memory of just Spider-Man franchise in general, and the cartoon from the 90s. The 90s animated series.
I never got into that as much.
No?
Yeah, I did, but not as much as I should have.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Oh,
but
yeah, me too.
I think I fell in love with it after I saw the movie, because the movie, I think, is what really got me into it. I just shared that gaming story because I'm really familiar with the Spider-Man video games. Like, I loved them all when I was a kid. Spider-Man 2, which is arguably the pinnacle of all Spider-Man video games. But anyway, as far as the movie's concerned, I remember wanting those web shooters that you get out of the cereal box. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Dope
just water.
AF. Oh, yeah.
You just
the
squirt the water
silly string
out.
ones? The ones that were better, like at Meijer.
I never
or
had
whatever.
one. I never had one.
Walmart. Meier's a store exclusive to a few states up here.
But other than that, I remember we went and saw Spider-Man. Me and my dad and my uncle, I think, was with us. My Uncle Larry. And my sisters, I think, were also with us. We went to Cinema Carousel over here in Muskegon. And I remember that time specifically. I also remember Boys Club. I went to Beach Elementary when I was a kid, and they had this program, after school program, once a month. It was called Boys Club. And they'd organize like a special event every month, like you'd go to Jumpin' Jupiter, or I forget what it used to be called. Northway Lanes, like bowling, skating, anything. But one time we had a thing to go to the movies and see Spider-Man. And at the time, once again, I'd already seen it, but I was just really excited to go with a big group. And it was a lot of fun. It was very different because in this Boys Club program was one of the kids that I got into a lot of conflict with in elementary school. His name was Dakota. And at the time, he was we kind of had this bully relationship. He was the bully at the time. That's a weird way to say that, but whatever.
Yeah, whatevs.
And when we went and saw this movie, I guess this makes it a little special. We bonded. We kind of became friends for one day on the bus ride to and from the theater. And then after that, it kind of just fell apart. And it was on that trip to go see Spider-Man at the theater. I also remember joking around about the scene in Spider-Man when Mary Jane and Peter are talking in front of Aunt May when she's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And we were joking around like, what if there's a Like a fart sound. Yeah. It's very immature, but what the fuck? I was in elementary school, okay? But that's kind of a special memory. It led to that one brief moment of friendship between a bully and me, but unfortunately I don't know, didn't go very far after that. I don't know, maybe I always felt like maybe he felt like, oh, I'm the tough kid or something. I'm known as the bully, or I can't be friends with you or something. Like, even though we shared a brief friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, yes.
Like,
yeah,
I have a reputation sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's just the impression I got. I don't know if that's
kinda
how
like
it
Flash
really was.
And Peter.
Yeah, it was kind of be like that. But I don't know if it was actually like that. That's just the impression I'm kind of getting that I got from it. But because it kind of made me feel bad, like trying to be friends with him and he's not receiving it, you know, after that trip. But anyway, yeah, this is the movie that actually made me fall in love with Spider-Man. So I'm really excited, particularly these movies. I also had, how am I forgetting this? I got one of the magazines, like it was like Entertainment Weekly or something. And it was a special Spider-Man edition. And I would look at that all the time. Like just the pictures in it.
Yeah.
And even the descriptions and everything, I would just look at it all the time. Because I was really excited for it. I can't remember if I got the magazine before or after, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not good. So it means different things to each of us. And we're real excited to tackle this because I'll be honest, I know I'm going to love these just as much as whenever I watch them. But it's going to be fun to kind of make fun of certain parts because some stuff just doesn't age well and you're like, that's...
Absolutely.
So this is going to be a real fun one.
Funny. It's going to be really interesting. I just watched Spider-Man 3.
This is one of those ones where like it's not a comedy, so it's going to be real funny to make fun of.
Right.
But just know it's all in good fun. How many more times can I say fun or funny? Funny. We love these. We're really excited to take them on. We're really excited for you guys to be along on the ride with us. So welcome, Web Slingers.
I watched Spider-Man 3 just recently, and I'm actually looking forward to getting into that one.
I cannot wait.
All right. Well, Spencer, everybody tuning in, or newcomers and returning listeners alike, thank you for tuning in to a new episode of Sequel Men, the podcast. We're wrapping it up on Austin Powers with this one and swinging into Spider-Man next week.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It is nice, isn't it?
Nice little transition.
You know what else is nice?
What?
Knowing where you can hear us. So you can hear us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and of course Podbean, as usual. Share us.
Yeah, tell people. That's the biggest thing you can do. And you can also find us. Excuse me. You can also find us. You can email us directly if you have any feedback, anything you liked, anything you want heard, and if it's worthy, which at this point all of them are, I'll read what you write if you send it directly to this email, sequelmen19@gmail.com. You can send us anything, even if you don't like us. Cut us down, whatever, I don't know. I mean, fuck off, but still.
Oh, wow.
Thanks.
Don't listen to him.
No, our critics are the best coaches because you can learn from them. So where was I? You can also find us on Instagram at SequelMen the Podcast, or on Twitter at SequelMen19, or on Facebook, and that's where you're going to see most of our interactions until we get super big. Then the other stuff will become more relevant. But Facebook, you can leave us, obviously, like you just heard, you can send a message. I'll read it. And send us a message. Give us a 5-star review if you like us, or if you don't, give us a review on iTunes or wherever you can do that. But 5 stars really help. They boost us up there, so you see us a little better. We get seen a little better.
Oh yeah.
Write us a review. I'll read the review, and you'll be famous to our however many listeners. I'm not going to give a number because just our listeners. So it'd be much appreciated. Message us on Facebook. You can recommend us on Facebook, I think, too. But so that's that. Thank you, guys.
That's that. Yeah. And as always, Spencer, we can't wait until the next one.
That's right, Christian. Because here at Sequel Men, the podcast, all films are created sequel. Take care. Austin Powers, international powers. He's a Powers, Austin Powers. He's a fun. Look out, it's Austin Powers.